some hostile therapy.
Oh shit! Am I in the show? What's going on? We all blacked out. I don't know if any of us can be seen. Oh shit! Am I on echo right now? Sound like God in this bitch.
Hey,
Oh shit! Okay, so Preezy is here.
I don't see y'all.
Okay. There. Okay, I see Big Red. All right. The Lord said, "Let there be light." You muted, Red.
Yeah, my thing is lagging behind for some reason.
I thought we was okay. I was about to say, all right, happy Kwanzaa. We doing this shit all black.
Hey,
what's up?
Yeah, see.
What's happening with you? It's motherfucker. It's the third day of Kwanzaa. What is today? Ujima, collective work and responsibility. Ujima.
Hey.
Oh, I knew what's going
We
on.
almost named Penny that. If you watching it, bro.
Feel like I'm in the multiverse.
All right, now I see what's going on. Okay, that's what was happening. Even though my thing sounds a little different, but okay. Yeah, what happened? I had Instagram, I think, on the background. It's on. It was on. The mic was on in the background with Instagram, so that's where that double sound is coming from, or was coming from. I didn't muted it though. We're good. Still don't like how my sound is going. Okay. That's why LT would sound like he was in an echo chamber for a minute.
Oh no, I think I had the echo still on my
okay.
my sound card shit.
Okay. I think we're good then. I think everything's good then. Well, just in case no one didn't know, yeah, we're on Instagram Live, and this is the first time I've used it this year, even though the year's about over with. But I had it on in the background, so that's why the sound difficulty was on. And for some reason, it was lagging behind with the intro. So I don't know. We'll get that fixed. It's the first time, boo-boo. So we'll get that fixed later on. But hey, welcome to the show, guys.
How you do Instagram Live?
You said how?
Mm-hmm.
You have to use. You have to get your Instagram Live key and then put it in the StreamYard.
Oh, got you.
Yeah. It's fairly new. Like I just discovered it this week. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I didn't even know about it until this week that StreamYard does that. So yeah, just got to get the Instagram key, put it in the StreamYard. When you put the Instagram, whatever there, when you can put the different sites up there, put it on the Instagram site on StreamYard, and then it'll work. But you have to do it.
Shit, crazy.
You have to do it when you go live.
Right.
And you have to leave the Instagram up in the background or it won't work. It'll cancel it.
Okay.
Oh, word.
Yeah. So
is that the same thing with YouTube?
No. You don't need a key with that. It stays up there permanently. So that's the only backdrop about that. YouTube works every time. You don't have to do anything, but Instagram for now, anyway, you got to put the key in.
Right.
All right. But yeah. We're good now. So this is let's go ahead and mention that because what is it? December, what's the date? December 28th.
Happy birthday, Denzel Washington.
All right.
Oh, shout out.
Didn't even know that.
Right.
That boy's 69 years old today.
Homie.
Wow, really? 69.
I know, right? That's great.
Doesn't seem like that. It seems like he's been living forever.
Basketball all the way to Pelican.
This is gonna be our last show for the year.
Yeah,
because it's about 2024.
2023 went fast.
It did.
It really did. They don't know the time on your voice.
All I know, old buddy threw that head up, and the rest of the year just went down.
I'm sorry.
That was Mississippi,
Alabama.
Yeah. But he threw that hat, and the rest of the year went with it.
And if y'all got any New Year's resolutions you want to go ahead and announce right quick, and then renounce by the next year, the time it gets here.
Who going first?
You go ahead and go first, Tim.
2024. At least one thing for sure. What I'm trying to do. I'm going plant-based.
Okay, I dig that.
Weed.
That is a God put that here for you and for me.
Nah, he's
no synthetic drugs.
no meat, no processed meat.
Okay.
Yeah, just plant based, man. Yeah.
No bag chicken. No chicken nuggets.
Nah. I know LT be looking. It's a lot of stuff on the internet, man. That we ain't got no business eating meat, man.
Once you know it, you can't unknow it.
Yeah, man.
You know what you're putting into your body. You can't be like, nah, it won't. It's not gonna be toxic this time.
I enjoyed this last Christmas. I told my folks, like, hey, this is my last time, man.
Get your last ride in. That's good. That's
what was the Michael Jordan and the Bulls at the last dance?
Yeah, this is my last dance.
Yeah, you watch that thing, yeah. So New Year's resolution, I'm going plant-based, man.
Plant-based, all right. Yeah. LT, what you got for 2024?
Let's see. For 2024, I plan to be on these infidels' necks a lot more harder. You know what I'm saying? I plan to be on the necks of the descendants of the Roman Empire, the Greek Empire. I plan to check the fuck out of any caucus, any Caucasoid motherfucker that feels like they know more about ancient Kemet, ancient Nubia, ancient Ethiopia, or any part of ancient Africa, the way it's supposed to be pronounced, more so than any person that is of African descent. So I look to solidify my melanin divinity even more.
All right. Breezy, what you got for 2024?
Yes, me, I'm just like, what's the gentleman's name? I don't see his name up there.
Tim?
Young Lord Tim?
Yeah.
But I'm just like him, but I'm on some healthy stuff too. I already lost 15 pounds, so I am.
That's like 2 babies.
Well, you gotta. It wasn't. I had to get a little health scare, so I said, you know what? I'm not playing no more. This is it, and I really did a 360. So I already lost 15. I got about, and I wasn't heavy, but health reasons, I wasn't good, and because I worked out, but it wasn't enough. Right. You could work out, but if you're not eating right, it defeats the purpose. So I'm on some real health stuff now, doing a lot of reading and eating things that I'm supposed to eat, and had to leave all this sugar and bread and pasta and seafood alone. Not saying I can't cheat once in a while, but I got to get to my goal first.
Moderation.
Once in a blue, I might have a little, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think I'm training myself not even to desire it anymore. So, I'm just eating a lot better now, and I feel it. I feel a difference. It's amazing, but can't have them processed foods no more. The only thing I think I'm gonna really miss is probably croissants and coffee.
Coffee is pretty hard one to kick.
Yeah, but it's not that I can't have it, but I can't have it now. Right. So I gotta really. But I've been going in. I'm serious now because the doctor's like, all right, so what you want to do?
How long you want to live?
You trying to live? So. You only got to tell me one time. That's it.
Don't be like Big Pun. When Big Pun said, I just lost 100 pounds. I'm trying to live. And then he died soon after.
Yeah, right. And it was too late. The damage was already done. So
he was like 700 when he died. Almost.
Yeah. Wow.
It was a punishment.
That's real, though. Because, a wise man told me, we as a society, we have to focus on, of course, you lose weight, but more importantly, lose waste, because that's the main thing. You talking about the bloodstreams in your body. Like Chris said, what's inside your body. A lot of most Americans they say got about 20 pounds of waste in their colon.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I'm saying, around, January, the beginning of the year, most people gonna be detoxing this and whatnot, trying to get that out.
Cleanse.
Right. Yeah, colon cleanse, yeah. So that's like the brain of the body, the colon.
Right.
So
in the ancient times, they used to even Greeks would think that a man would do his most precious thinking in his stomach.
Right.
I do my most precious thinking on the toilets. I can kind
From
of see
something that's passing through your stomach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why the thinking man, the statue, the thinking man is in the toilet state.
It's like that.
Yeah, but now that's what's up, Chris. I commend you. I'm rooting for you. You too, Elsie.
It sucks that it had to be a scare for me to wake up and say, okay, enough is enough. But
that made it real
for a reason, Yeah.
Sometimes things don't happen. Sometimes we don't move until something puts a fire underneath our ass, and nothing fires us up like fear, and nothing fires us up like the fear of death, the fear of facing our mortality.
Right.
Yeah. That's kind of like it's almost like the same thing like my New Year's resolution. My New Year's resolution is to get rid of waste, but it's a lot more than what you were saying. You saying about what averages 20 pounds of waste that a man has in their body.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the external waste, and I mean that by people. So that's probably a couple thousand pounds of waste in 2024.
Right? Okay.
Now, what I'm going to gain, hopefully, is money, success, and love. All three of those things. Hopefully, they can be wrapped into one. More likely not, but hopefully so. Because sometimes with success, you bring that waste back on. So I gotta be wary to keep that waste away with the success. You know what I'm saying? Keep the good waste on. Get rid of the bad waste.
You feel like you got a lot of waste on you?
Oh yeah, every year. Yeah. Shoot. Since I graduated, since I became an adult,
you waist deep
all over me. And that's kind of what we're going to be talking about tonight. Johnathan Owens. I don't know if there's a correlation there because last week we talked about Jonathan Majors and something was happening with his relationship. And this week is Johnathan Owens. Jonathan Owens is an NFL player who was recently on the podcast, and he was talking about his newlywed wife, Simone Biles. I don't know if anybody has kept up with gymnastics. If you haven't, she's one of the best gymnasts of all time, if not the best. She's the Michael Jordan of gymnasts. And no one has been able to top her for years. She's widely known. Johnathan Owens, though, he's new to the NFL, tried out a new dating site and give him the short-term version. Say he went on this website, I guess it's just for rich people and celebrities.
Yeah, they have those.
Simone Biles saw him up there, gave him a holler. He said he didn't know who she was. And he was like, maybe I'll give this chick a chance. And they went on a date, blah, blah, blah. On the podcast, he's basically saying, the people on the podcast are trying to tell him, hey, you got quite a catch with this girl, world-renowned Simone Biles. And he said, no. Hold up. I'm the catch. I'm the worthy one that she came after. Y'all should talk about how she chased after me. And when people went in the uproar and said, how could you say such a thing as Simone Biles? You are not the catch. She is the catch. We're going to talk about that. I'm going to play a video to show a little bit more of what I'm talking about. Then we're going to respond, and we're going to talk about the topic. The main topic of today's show is he the catch in this circumstance. And as soon as I find it, here we go.
At every step of the way. Like the moment.
Honestly, don't get into no long shit, bro. I gotta ask you, man. God damn, y'all boys scared. Bro, as us pretty red dimes as we are, how in the hell did you pull Simone Biles? And I love this football talk, bro. I gotta get to it. I'm over here rubbing my knees trying to answer.
Hey, Chad, I wanted to tell him, he's talking about being looked over. Now, when the right people look at you.
Yeah, that's
You know what I'm saying?
How did you do that, bro?
Man, it's really how she pulled me, man. That's the question.
Oh,
man.
Lord Jesus. Now you with Freddie. Now it's back. Now you
listen, I'm gonna tell you organic story, man. So I'm about I just got to Houston. I probably have been to Houston 7 months. I was single at the time, you know, so I'm just living, being me and myself. And COVID had just hit, but I had just went to Arizona, and one of my boys are like, hey man, you gotta check out this app, you know? And I'm like, nah, I'll check it out. Like, what is it? It was called Raya at the time. So basically it's like a dating app, but you know, you have to go through certain like criteria to make sure that you're who you are. So literally have been on the app for a couple of days, man. And it's like, she pops up and I'm like, let me see who this is. Gymnastics. I ain't never, you know, I never really paid attention to gymnastics, so it piqued my curiosity, you know. So I'm like, okay, I'll see what's up. I swiped her and it said we matched, so I'm just like, oh, okay, so I'm gonna see what's up. So I go do my workout, and I come back and I get like, I had some likes on my Instagram, you know, and I'm like, oh, this might be. I'm like, okay. So I see what's up, and then I still waited. I'm like, man, I'm gonna wait till I, you know, take a shower and everything. Then I come back to my phone, and then she messages me on the app like, hey, you know what I mean? And I'm, man, this gotta be fake. Like, I don't know. I didn't know who she was at the time, but like the first thing that I saw was that she just had a bunch of followers. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, she gotta be good. I promise you, I'm a real life story. When she won the Olympics, I was in college, and we didn't have NBC, we didn't have Olympic channels, and we're in camp. Late July, early August, so I'm not paying attention to, you know, so I never would have had a moment to where I would have watched, like, you know.
Johnathan, I'm gonna let you finish your story, man. Continue.
But like I was saying, man, she messaged me. This was like a Tuesday, and we were texting back and forth, and then we hung out Friday, man. And we couldn't do much as COVID happened. Everything was shut down. So she came through down to Houston. She lived in the suburbs, so she had to drive about 45 minutes to me. Then the rest is history, man. So
you was really the catch in.
I always say the men the catch, man. I always say we the catch, man.
Yeah, so she really booked you.
She did, though.
Is what you're saying.
Because I was fighting it. So
in truth, if I say this out loud, was Johnathan Owens ain't really want Simone Biles. Is what you're saying.
At the time, I'm not gonna say that.
That's what you're saying.
I was afraid. I was afraid to commit. I'm like, man, this is my third year. You know, I'm trying to, I'm like, it's kind of early. But, you know, like I said, man, it happened when you least expected it. And we hung out, man. It was like we hit it off instantly. You know, we just laughed the whole night.
You feel like.
Look at Simone Biles in that picture. She is looking at him with dear doe eyes.
Honestly, yeah. Like, so hearing that story, I'm guessing she's older than him. But yeah, the way the look of that picture, it looks like she's looking up almost at like a big brother father figure. Like this, oh my God, look at you're so much, oh my God, you're so big, you're so tall. Oh my God.
Yeah. Except
like how Drake looked when he's standing next to his athlete friends.
Ooh. That's cold. That's cold.
Hey girl.
You ain't right.
Girls like girls, baby, me too.
First of all, let me ask this. Do you guys believe him when he says he didn't know who she was?
I could believe that, especially his line, or not his lineup, but yeah, when you are a success in your field and dedicated to that, like obviously he's made it into the league, so he was very dedicated to his craft. He did not have time to, you know, be glued to the screen watching what was happening with other athletes, because I'm down here at camp trying to work on my athletics. You know, it's kind of strange of us to hear when certain, especially young people, because I imagine this man is younger than me even. It's weird to hear certain young people say, yeah, I wasn't aware of that. I wasn't on my phone to figure that out or to see that, or I didn't participate in that part of pop culture with everybody else because I was focused on doing something else.
Right. You believe it?
Man,
Possibility.
I don't know, man. She been on some Wheaties box, man. I don't know. I don't know. You know,
young black men don't eat Wheaties. We eat Captain Crunch. We eat Crunch there,
Ain't walking the food out, the cereal out just to look.
But especially when it's us on the Wheaties box, that's the one time you're not gonna see Wheaties in IGF.
Yeah, right. I mean, he might be telling the truth. I mean, you know, it's what do we know? But I don't know. It might be cap. You know what I'm saying? But like, I ain't gonna lie. You know, we playing the video. Y'all looking at his stats. I'm real big on being humble, man. And his numbers, I'm not trying to sound hater. I mean, my team is trash, but
is he on your team?
No, he's with Green Bay.
Okay.
We lost to them 30 with yeah.
Well, that really sucks. Then he beat your team.
Yeah, he beat my team. But look, he ain't really like that. Like how he trying to make it seem like he, you know what I'm saying, like a Josh Norman for us, whatnot. Like,
yeah.
Meanwhile, Simone, like you said, one of the greatest of all time, other than what, Gabby?
Dominic Dawes.
Come on. Like, Simone is like top tier. Like, come on, man. Everybody, even if you don't even watch it but a little bit, everybody know about the Olympics, man. But hey, I don't know. It could be cap. I'm thinking it's cap, but I don't know.
What you think, Breezy?
Yeah, I agree with him. I mean, it's a.
You think he knew who she was?
He probably did. He just didn't, look into it deep that way, I hate the fact that he has to explain, like they have to talk about. It's too personal. I don't like stuff like that. Like, why you gotta say, oh, she was hitting me up and I came back and it's like she was like chasing after him. That's why. And it sounds too cocky. Like I'm the cat. Like I didn't like that. Like, why you don't act like you didn't like her.
Right.
Make it seem like she was chasing him down or something like that. But I don't know, these young people.
Now, I will say I appreciate the fact that he himself was not trying to make it seem like that, but it was more so the podcast hosts that were trying to pull that out of him. Because one, for the older, all these dudes are older than him sitting around. All right, now, as a bad red bone fella, like you're a 47-year-old man. Don't ever call yourself red bone. Don't ever call yourself red bone. And it's like I'm rubbing at the knees, wondering how you got some like that. This man
you don't have to go through so much detail. Why you got to go through so much detail? Oh, I took a shower, I came back, she hit me up, and
I mean to illustrate, I get what he was
doing. Say, we went out, we communicated, we went out, and we hit it off good. Why you trying to make it seem like she did backflips, she twirled?
She might have did. It's her profession.
Yeah, but you don't have to tell that. You understand what I'm saying? There's certain things you should say and certain things you shouldn't say. Was she at this interview?
Yeah, she was. You didn't see her? She was up there.
No, because I couldn't tell if they were just showing her face or was she really there?
She was there. She was there.
In the pivot.
So, okay, with that being said, then, okay, let's go ahead and ask a question. We'll put the time limit on it. Do you have a problem with a man saying that he is the catch when it comes for marriage? So, I'm going to go, Tim, go you first. Going to hit the 2-minute clock. You tell us, do you think there's a problem with a man saying he is the catch when it comes to marriage between a man and a woman?
Ready? Go!
Yeah, I feel it's a problem, man. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna say man or woman. Like I feel like to me, I look at it like you did. It's not being humble, and I get it. Everybody is not humble. I get it, but it's like what I'm saying. Who are you? You know what I'm saying? Just like people might look at, you got the Beyoncés, the Rihannas. There's a whole lot of beautiful women out here on this earth. There's a whole lot of, well-groomed men out here on this earth. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I'm not saying don't have no self, respect for yourself or, don't have no pride for yourself, but to say that, a lot of people know, what comes with me and like you lucky or you blessed to be with me. I don't know. I'm real on the humble side. And, bruh, and like LT was saying, it seemed like they was trying to get it out of me because for their podcast, the views or whatnot. But I don't know, man. I just feel like, at the end of the day, be appreciative that somebody look at you at a certain way as, as women be saying, my man, and all that stuff. Or like, you know what I'm saying, bros be around they homeboys that, yeah, man, that's my queen right there. Take pride, yeah, in what you got, but you know, always for me, I always lean to like just being the humble side, because at the end of the day, she could always choose somebody else, you know what I'm saying? Or chosen somebody else. But yeah, that's me, man. You know, I just feel like nobody, man or woman, should feel like, yeah, I'm the kid.
All right. What's up, Sparky T? She's up here.
What's up, Sparky T?
What's up with y'all? How you doing tonight?
Sparky, what's
We're
up?
doing good. We're doing
Happy
good.
Kwanzaa,
Well, thank you. Happy Kwanzaa.
Eugene.
All right. Preezy, I'll let you go next on this one. Sounds like you say there is a problem. Do you have a problem with a man for marriage saying he is the catch?
I don't know. It's a catch-22 with that. Shit, we both a catch. The hell you think this is?
Okay.
Are
Tell
you
us why.
ready? Go!
Saying that really is, it's like a compliment, I guess. You know, that person thinks that, you know, they're a good partner. You know, they may think that they are, you know, the one for you. They're good, they're a good partner, they have this, they have that. I guess if somebody says I'm a catch. But I think that both people should feel that way. If you both you know, are attracted to each other, you both are catches, because you want me just as much as I want you. I mean, it should be that way. If it's not that way, then that's a problem. But I don't think he should have said, I'm a catch. Is that how he said it? I'm the catch?
Yeah.
Because Simone Biles is a nice looking girl too, athletic. She has money, great career. So I think he should have said, you know, we're both a catch for each other. How about saying something like that? You know, because that might have made her feel some type of way. What do you mean you're the catch? You know, am I a catch for you? So, I mean, I think both people, it's supposed to be a compliment. When people usually say that. So I hope he wasn't saying it in a cocky way, like I make her look good. You know, some people think that. Well, with me on your arms, I make you look good. So I really hope that's not what he was trying to say, but I think what he should have said is, hey, we're a catch for each other. How about that? That would have been the more mature answer. Especially her sitting there. Like, damn. You know, that's embarrassing. I'm the catch. What about her? I don't know. I just don't think people know what to say sometimes. You know, just shut your mouth if you don't know what to say.
All right. Sparky T, are you familiar with the story we're talking about tonight?
Kind of, sort of.
Okay. It's the Johnathan Owens, Simone Biles controversy has been going on. Johnathan Owens was on a podcast basically telling everyone how he met Simone Biles, and I'm giving you the shortened version. He was telling her telling everybody pretty much that she was chasing him and that he is the catch. And people as, she's lucky to have found him. And of course they got married not too long ago. They just got married. They're newlyweds. And so people have gotten in an uproar for him saying he's the catch because it's Simone Biles, world-renowned gymnast, Olympic winner, many gold medals, way more famous than Johnathan Owens, because I had no idea who he was before this. But
I was about to say, who is he? Does he play football or something?
He plays on the Green Bay Packers, which I just found that out because of Tim.
Stats ain't showing that much.
Yeah. So the question is, do you have a problem with a man saying he is a catch when it comes to marriage?
Yes.
Okay. Tell us why.
Are you ready? Go!
Well, like some of the other people have said already on here tonight, I think that you're both a catch for each other, you know, and if you decide, especially if you're deciding to get married, if y'all about to walk down the aisle, I hope both of y'all are a catch, or either you're unequally yoked and you shouldn't be getting married in the first place. But it comes across when you talk about yourself being the catch or whatever, it comes across like almost as conceit, like past confidence. It almost comes across like narcissistic a little bit. And it's one of those things of, if you would say something like that on a podcast, on a public forum, with her sitting right there next to you, how are you valuing her when y'all aren't in the public? Because in order for him, to me, sound like he's puffing himself up that way, you got to be kind of downplaying her a little bit. And your queen, your woman, isn't the person that you should be downplaying. So that just seems a little, that's a bit much for me. I have a problem. I mean, I have a problem if a woman says it too, though. It's not just that a man is saying it. I mean, on both sides, you should be a catch for each other, and I get that things aren't always equal or whatever, but if you don't see the value in your partner, that they're a catch for you, whether you're matching his money or abilities or whatever, if you can't see that match, that balance, then you're not really valuing that person. And with you not valuing them, you're not going to treat them correctly. You're not going to treat them properly. So to me, it's a little bit out of whack with his sense of his sense of self. And I think we should all feel good about ourselves. We should all think that we're the shit. We the best thing since sliced bread. All of that. We all should, but it comes to a point that it's like, it could just be too much sometimes. And I just think that it's too much. And I really think that he should have thought about how it made her feel, or how it would make her feel. But if that's his truth, and that's really how he feels, he truly feels that way about himself, he don't give a damn how it makes nobody feel, because he is so confident and almost conceited with himself. So he don't care how it's affecting nobody else.
Okay. LT, do you have a problem with a man saying that he is a catch when it comes to marriage?
Not at all. Not at all.
Okay, let's hear why.
Are you ready? Go!
For exactly the same reasons. If we're choosing to marry each other, we're both the fucking catch. Like it's. I really do think it was the way that these interviewers presented him with the question, because they asked it in a way, yo, how did you get a woman like this? And when you ask someone something like that, it's almost asking them in a way, it's like, am I not a great enough person to get a woman that great? Because yes, the fuck I am. Like, bro is pretty much Derwin Davis, right? Like, he's pretty much like, I don't watch football. I don't keep up with him. But he's good. Like, he's in his field. Like, I'm pretty sure in Sierra and Russell Wilson's dynamic, Sierra sees Russell Wilson as a prize, and I'm pretty sure he sees her as a prize. So yeah, it's a mutual respect that I feel as though should always be reciprocated when two people decide to be married. I feel like these interviewers were really just, again, for a grown ass man to refer to himself as a red bone, like, you're thirsty for immature things. You're thirsty to, and it was so telling. Like, this man is known for football, but you're dying to ask him a question about his relationship, and you're twice his age. It was just so messy. It was just so messy. And yeah, I honestly think he answered to the best of his ability. Again, he's a young man. He's still trying to navigate how to answer things in the media. It can sound conceited, but I also don't think that men should stray away from saying that I am a great man and I'm worthy. If I am truly worthy of a great woman, I would have to acknowledge that I am a great man. So I am a catch, because I want to catch a great woman. So therefore, like, you know what I'm saying? You it's the law of attraction. You kind of have to speak what you want to you. And some people, like these older men asking him these questions, they just don't understand that. And I think that's why they were leading him down this road for their own click value.
Okay, now do I think a man should be able to say that he is a catch when it comes to marriage? I'm going to say yes, and I'm going to tell you why.
Are you ready? Go!
I remember I had this conversation a few years ago. I asked this young lady, I said, how many good guys do you think there are in this world? Do you think the majority of the world or majority of this country has good men? And she said a resounding no. I said, well, what percentage do you think of there are good men in this country? She said, I don't know, probably 10, 20%. I'm like, damn, that's it? So you think most of us are criminals. Most of us are just bad people altogether. She said, yeah. For that reason, that is why I think you should be able to say you're a catch. Because I think most women, maybe not as low as the percentage she said, but I think most women, if you were to ask them how many good men are there for marriage, most of them will say below 50%. If I could do a poll, I think most of them will say below 50%. And in order for you to stand out, you might have to wave your hands and advertise yourself like, hey, I am a catch. I am a great man. What I took a problem with is, which what a lot of people do with celebrities, and Simone Biles is way more famous than Johnathan Owens. I gave you that. But why is she the catch? As you saw in the interview, they said, well, man, how did you get her? And most people got mad and said, well, she's the catch. You should be humble when you talk about her. No one talked about any core values that made her the catch. Besides, she won Olympic medals. Is she a family person? Is she lovable? Does she care about him? Does she do things for him? Does she do things for the family? Can she create a good home? Will she be a good mother? No one talked about that. And no one asked him what's his credentials? Is he wise? Is he a family guy? Is he a protector? Is he faithful? Or do the religions align? No one talked about that. And more times than not, you will always hear women say they're the catch. When they talk about when they brought the baby, like, he got him a good one. He caught me. He got him a good. He is lucky he got me. And I know a lot of times, even when marriage happens, what's the phrase that always goes around? Happy wife, happy life. Because it's all usually about making her happy. No one gives a damn about the guys most of the time when it comes to that.
Yeah, also.
Sunshine when he gone.
And before one more thing, and I don't have a problem with y'all saying with both of them feeling that way, that they're the catch. I think both of them should be able to say they're the catch. But more times than not, you never hear guys say that. You know, because most of the time, also too, men also chase after women. So that's another reason why you don't hear that. So that's also a good reason why you don't hear a lot of guys say that. All right, y'all go ahead.
I mean, I don't disagree inherently with anything anybody had. That, like I said, I really feel like it was just the interviewers looking for something that wasn't there, or just hoping for him to be a little younger than he let on. But I felt like what he had to say was very honest. I mean, he was young. A lot of young entertainers are not, in relationships. They're literally told to not be in relationships. When Lori Harvey was dating a well-established older man like Michael B. Jordan, that women are always taught. Michael B. Jordan, I would say, in that situation, was a prize for Lori Harvey, especially after you've been connected to a guy like Future, who literally just impregnates women and then hates on their happiness there afterwards. But when she ended that relationship with Michael B. Jordan, she was applauded because everyone said, well, she was too young to commit. She was too young to settle down. She's living her life. She has her own career to think about and establish herself. But aren't women typically told to look for an older man who is well established, treats his mother well? Like, the first thing Michael B. Jordan did when he got a big check, he bought his mother a house and he just lived in it with her. Instead of, like, he had good values, good traditional values, 2-parent household. But her decision to, as they say, go back to the streets was more applauded than it was to be with this man that was literally being lusted after by all of the women in America, damn near. At least 94%. At least 94% of women in America.
And that's what I hate a lot when people go on talking about why a person is a catch. Is the person either a catch because of their beauty or because of how much money they got?
Because there's a lot of attractive males out there with a lot of money, but I don't think Future is the same catch that a man like Michael B. Jordan would be, because that's someone you can literally build a foundation of your household with versus someone who literally just creates broken homes. But these are women, or these are men that actually get caught more in terms of baby daddy shit. They get caught more for child support shit than, men are actually getting caught and chased. And these men are chased, like the rappers, the young athletes, as we saw with Zion and Mariah Mills. She was chasing after this man in the most unorthodox and obsessive ways. So she saw him as a
for the worst kind of values. For the worst kind of values, yeah, because he's a basketball player, famous, has money. No one ever talks about the
easy to manipulate
what kind of core values these people have. Anytime a guy cheats on a woman, is a famous woman, let's say Eric Benet and Halle Berry, and people, what they first point to, how could you cheat on someone so beautiful? I'm like, well, how come this girl might be just crazy as hell? Nobody ever questions that part. No one ever thinks about that. Maybe she just crazy as hell. Maybe that's why he cheated on her. I'm not.
Maybe he wasn't a fan of monsters
cheating on people, but maybe that's why, because the personalities and core values don't line up. Not just the beauty. It can't just be beauty, because beauty fades away. You got to have some core values that's going to last a lifetime to make you want to stay with somebody for a lifetime.
Yeah, man. I look at it like, man, you know, somebody over here said just being evenly yoked, man, you know, just like, you know, there's nothing wrong, man. Feel like he's a prize. Like LT said, you know, should be the same way with a female. You know, your wife. Both of y'all catches. You know, I know you said happy wife, happy life. You know, I heard another slogan, happy husband, and kids gonna come by dust. So what? I ain't heard that. I heard it so bad. That's where it came from. But that what happens when they
sounds like miserable wife.
Happy wife, happy life, happy husband, them kids coming by dozen. It's just that what happens when both of y'all look at each other like, okay, we both king and queen, we got a kingdom going on.
Kiki Wyatt, is that who you describing? She got like a dozen kids.
Because everyone's happiness should be in their home. I get what you're saying.
Yeah. It's just like, you know, I lift you up, you lift me up. It's supposed to be a partnership, a teamwork. And, you know, like LT, like you're saying, maybe it's just, you know, the way how the interviews ask the question just to spice up they podcast. But
you know what I'm saying, are they football podcast? Like, do they even give a fuck about football? Like, they ain't have no clue. I don't even know what team this man play for. They just asked him to show up. It's like, hey, so you dating Simone Biles? Tell me about that. That sounds crazy.
Man. Me personally, I'm real big at just like being humble, man. So like, I don't care if my wife look like Beyonce or I don't know, whatever, right? You know, I'm gonna lift you up, you lift me up type of thing, man. You know, we are a catch. How about that?
I'm about to say, y'all come
I can go with that. Yeah, I can go with that.
Yeah.
But the thing that's crazy, it really kind of sounds like some people, a lot of people didn't really know who he was like that. So did them bringing him on the wait a minute? So my question is, so did them bringing him on the podcast and talking about his relationship with Simone Biles, did that make him relevant?
Yeah.
Because did any of us know who he was? Wait a minute. So did any of us kind of know who he was? Where we follow him, we still don't know who he is. What made him relevant and made people kind of talking about him was the fact that he dated her, married her, whatever. So for him to kind of get bent out of shape now that people want to talk about that, which is kind of what is making you relevant. I mean, I get it, you the catch, but she's still, you being with her is what is making you relevant, not her being with you. That's making her relevant because nobody knew who you were.
I mean, let me just, in the video, he wasn't mad about it in any way, Sparkles. I mean, I don't know if you've seen it or not, but he wasn't mad about it. I mean,
he wasn't mad about it. The way they put it in the video, they was like, "Yo, I know you play football, and this is supposed to be a football interview, but I've been dying to ask you." Like it's like
it's like the interviews were more mad at it than him. They seemed to be more mad that he said he was the catch, which
they were more interested in the fact that he was married to Simone Biles than the fact that.
But in that, why were they mad that he said he was the catch? Did they not see the value in him? Did they feel like he wasn't adequate to be with her? So that's why they had an issue with him saying it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they felt like, like somebody said, he was a Derwin Davis, that he was a, you know what I'm saying, and got the prize, so to speak. So maybe that's why they felt like that's what they needed to ask him. But I don't know. I think that they should both be able to be the catch. I mean, you want to be the shit. You want to feel like you're the shit at the end of the day. You want your significant other to make you feel like you're the shit. I chose you. I picked you. I want to be with you. I'm not with you because you broke, busted, and disgusted. You know what I'm saying? That's not like, what you telling somebody or how you kind of. So I think that they both have to think that they're the shit. As long as it's equal, I don't really have a problem with it. My problem becomes when it's one-sided, one person is outshining the other one. When you got to get your value from taking mine, that's an issue.
Yeah, I was saying earlier was that's generally how society does. If you are more famous than the other person, like more people probably going to say about Offset, they're going to talk about Cardi B. Is it Offset? Is that who she with?
Yeah.
Okay. The most people going to say, "Oh, how could you cheat on Cardi B? She's famous. She's beautiful." They're not going to talk about any core values of what
they do the same thing with ASAP Rocky and Rihanna.
Relationship and how she makes people. Makes him happy, or how she, takes care of the kids and nothing like that. They're gonna bring up first and foremost she's famous.
They would do the same thing.
They're gonna bring up first and foremost that she's famous. They're not gonna talk about is she sweet, is she, is she caring, is she doting, is she gonna make a great home for him? No one's gonna talk about it. And nobody's even talking about Johnathan Owens, what he can bring. They're just gonna talk about he's not famous enough. That's why he's not the catch.
That's why they ask him in a way like, how did you get this woman? Like, nigga, have you seen me run a 420? Like, have you seen my stats on the field? Like, what I'm saying?
And that would be just as dumb to ask for that. Like, what's his 420? That's why he's a catch, right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm good at what we're both athletes. But yeah, they would do the same thing if they sat down with ASAP Rocky. Yo, Rocky, how did you get a woman like Rihanna? Yes, statistically, in terms of relevancy, Rihanna is way up there compared to ASAP Rocky. But obviously, that's insulting because Rihanna sees value in ASAP Rocky. She sees the romantic value, the companion value, and the value in building a family with this man. So to ask anybody, yo, how did you get this? I got this woman by being myself. I got this man by being myself. I got this man because I am worthy of this man, because I am worthy of love. I got this woman because I am like, again, like it's when these people are asking these questions, it's almost like it's like going on Angela Yee's little shit. What's the fuck is her show? Lip Service or something.
Yeah.
They literally just ask you questions in a way to trip you up so they could use it for a clip. Because it's rude as fuck. Like, how did you get this woman? Because she loved me? Like, off of good dates and conversation?
But here's the irony in that. See, what happened if they asked Simone Biles? No, flip that. What if they asked Johnathan Owens? If Simone Biles said she's the catch, and Johnathan Owens said because she's a good gymnast, that sounds stupid as hell. Yeah. And people be all over him. If somebody asks Stedman Graham, who's not married to Oprah, but he's with Oprah, might as well be, but he's with Oprah, Stedman, what makes Oprah the catch? Because she got a lot of money. Yes. People be like, oh, you a gold digger. So why do people go for what makes you famous or how much money you got for saying you're a catch or not? Oh, because she's extremely beautiful. That's not going to be a good reason to say somebody's a catch on either side.
I don't know why I'm thinking about the Keke Palmer situation.
Oh, you trying to skip ahead?
We'll
get to that.
Okay.
I'm gonna carry this talk with some hands.
Cause bro, he probably felt like, dang, what about me?
That's a good point. That's a good one to bring up. Why is Keke Palmer attached to you? Oh, because she stars in movies. She was in Nope, and she was in Akilah and the Bee.
Because she brought me to life.
Oh, because she got a good right hook. Or he got a good uppercut.
Because she paid for the AI account that brought me and F in Mecca. Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, not F in Mecca.
I know that's a throwback from early in the year. Callback to early in the year. Remember we were talking about AI rappers? Remember that was the thing?
Was that this year? That was this year, right?
That was still this year. That was still this year. Goddamn. Wow. F in Mecca. They almost did that to y'all. They was never gonna have to pay. Yeah. Oh man, but yeah, in terms of catches and shit, it's rude to ask anyone how did they get their person, because it's almost like you can't understand what that person would see in them, like or like why, like You're asking me what makes me worthy of them when it's like I really and it's because it's an interview in an interview format. We almost forget that I don't have to fucking explain that to you. You're
Right.
not in my damn relationship. You think the most important or relevant thing about me is my relationship,
Right.
which I'm here to talk about football. I'm here to talk about I'm here to talk about this endorsement I got. I'm here to talk about this shit I'm supposed to. Y'all told me I could talk about the thing I was doing with kids in the community, but y'all want to ask me about my famous girlfriend or my famous boyfriend and shit.
What?
Go ahead.
I was saying, will Obama and Michelle be I don't know, I guess a good example in this conversation?
Well, yeah, because I mean, let's just say
I don't know.
Michelle leaves Obama, and people are like, well, how could you leave Obama? He was the president of the United States. But let's just say Obama act like Ike Turner, the whole relationship. Does that matter? Or is it because he was president of the United States?
If Obama was actually abusive, it would make Michelle that would literally boost her point. She would probably be able to become president after that. If she like left Barack and said he was abusive and made a tell-all book about it, there was a New York Times bestseller. Yeah, even white people would vote her in office. So I hope that doesn't happen.
I hope not either.
Reason why I say it because they both, personally, I heard both of them just like praise their name.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't be here because of her. I wouldn't be here because of him type of thing.
Right. It's a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah, and they already are an established family. Like, I don't know Barack Obama without Michelle Obama. You know what I'm saying? I don't know them as separate entities because they are the first family.
That's a good point. Right. Well, let me ask this question. Without naming finances and beauty as things you were looking to make, what would be 2 top things you would say would make your person a catch? Tim, what is 2 top things without saying beauty or career relevancy, a good career, without naming those things? What would be 2 top things you would say would make a woman a catch for you?
Number one, her foundation. Me personally, our foundation with God. You know that comes. You know that is me. That and just her. I don't know if this is different. Like morals, how she carry herself. Her foundation with God and how she carry herself. You know, with her morals and you know what I'm saying, her dignity. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Okay. So all right. LT, what would you say? Top 2 things.
I would say our friendship compatibility and our partnership compatibility. I think the 2 are intertwined. For a partner, the main value I need is our passions to align, our purposes to align, or our purpose for our individual purposes to align. And for the friendship component, for you to be someone that has the same level of ability to communicate that I have, whether it be mentally, emotionally, physically, or spiritually, because communication is very big for me. So someone that communicates well and someone that has immense purpose.
Okay. Sparky T, what would you say would be top 2 for your guy to have to make him a catch?
Okay. For one, you got to have empathy and like be able to help people and that kind of thing. And 2, I think you have to be able to share well. What I mean by that is I do a lot like for the community. I'm pulled in a lot of different directions. You know, I've done foster care, I've done different things. And so for me, my mate would have to be somebody that could understand that and not be jealous of my time that I kind of give, you know, to the universe as a whole. I think that we live collectively. And sometimes, you know, we're so into ourselves that we're not thinking about the whole collective thing. And so I need somebody that could be on that same plane with me for sure. And I don't think that you could do that without having empathy for other people and stuff.
Okay. Collective work and responsibility, Eugene.
Crazy. What would you say are 2 top traits you have to have your man would have to be considered a catch?
Just 2? Okay.
Just top two, just your top two.
Definitely good communication, and moral standard, self-love for yourself. That person definitely has to have self-love for themselves. That means a lot to me when you have self-love, because when you have self-love, you have boundaries as well. And so you know, everybody should have that. I think everybody should have self-love for themselves. So communication and self-love is very important to me.
Okay. With somebody who proclaims himself to be a catch like that, now some people will say that's cocky. Some people will say that's a form of self-love. What would you call that?
I don't think that's cocky, having self-love. Everybody in the world should have self-love, because
I mean, like if they say they were the catch, like, you know, we're saying he's the catch. Some people call that cocky. Some people call it self-love. Would you call that self-love or cocky, or neither one?
No, when you talk like that, I don't know. To me, it sounds cocky. Self-love to me is like, when people don't have self-love, they put up with everything and anything. When you have self-love for yourself, you have boundaries, you have standards. You don't just let people do anything to you. So that's a little different. Loving yourself means a lot. Then you don't have to be cocky, but love yourself. Everybody should love themselves.
Yeah, if you have to outwardly, verbally express how great you are all the time, you probably don't truly feel like that. Like, if, you know what I'm saying? Like, self-love should be something that you can that you just exude. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to, constantly state, I love myself, I love myself, I love myself, unless
Right.
unless you're actually actively trying to train yourself to do so. So yeah, anyone that is, and we see it a lot. Like, people love to, that's kind of what social media has turned into. People kind of just brag about themselves in ways that,
Yes.
don't really have any substance. You know what I'm saying? Look at how pretty I am. Look at how expensive my clothes are. I got on them new
But a lot of that
Balenciagas.
that's just self-esteem.
That's
A lot,
self-indulgence.
a
Yeah.
lot of people they don't even feel that way. They're just doing that. And deep inside, look, a lot of people, they be on social media and doing all these different things, and they kill themselves. So do you really have self-love, or it was a show? It's an act for other people.
That's what
You
I'm
know,
saying. It's more external,
yeah,
and
make
it should be
think.
internal. You know what I'm saying? Like, you
Exactly.
don't need the external. Like, that's what, when
You
you're
need that
really
attention.
lacking of self love.
Yeah.
You don't have that. When you need the external validation from how many people like this picture of my
Right.
new outfit. Not enough. It'll never be enough when you're constantly measuring it with numbers. That's why it has to come
Right.
from inside, something that is
Yeah.
intangible, that you can't really express other than to just, it's an energy, it's a vibe.
Yeah. Because when you
You
have that
know,
self-love, you don't worry about what other people think or say. You don't. You really don't.
there is a very thin line between self-love and idolizing yourself.
Oh yeah, and I straddle that shit.
Yeah.
All of
And you,
my AI images have a little bit of me, because I feel like, how they say God is in the face of every child. So I like putting a little bit of me in every creation.
yeah, and that's a dangerous thing. Well, not what you're saying, but
Oh no, I'm gonna create Skynet. Don't worry
social
about it.
media is a dangerous thing where people self-idolize themselves. Well, I said such thing, but idolize themselves, and they mistake that for being self-love. And I think that's a very dangerous thing, and that's where we're into a society where that's considered self-love, but then people don't end up caring for themselves. And an easy example to see of that is when somebody on the street is getting vandalized or attacked, and people are recording it for views for themselves instead of helping out other people. Yeah. That's why it can be a dangerous thing when people, like I said, they straddle the fence between what self-love and idolizing is. I think more people idolize themselves more than they self-love themselves.
I wouldn't even say it as idolizing themselves. They're
Clout.
Yeah, they're seeking validation, because when they're doing that specifically, just stopping to record something, all they're trying to do is be the first one to, oh shit, I got the
Right.
images of this. They're trying to make themselves relevant. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I got the video of the fight from school. hit me up in my DMs if you want the video. Let's fuck with me on here if you want to see the video. They're just trying to get some engagement because they're lonely. I honestly, that's the cry for loneliness. You ask me, more so than anything. You're so I think it is self-indulgent. But yeah, I don't think it's. I wouldn't say it's idolizing. I would say more it's I idolize the attention that other people get. So I will do anything to bring that level of attention to myself, even if it's something like recording a burning car off of insert random Fayetteville street here and putting it on the like we do random shit like that. Look, y'all, it's burning over here. Watch out. Hashtag. Remember we was lying about a damn serial killer this year? Again,
that was a few weeks ago.
Man, yeah.
Just for engagement, just because we're lonely, just because we want our phone to ring. We love hopping on social media talking about my phone so damn dry.
Well, we're lonely because people don't go outside. They do everything on the internet. No,
because you might have to do it by yourself sometimes.
Yeah, but people don't know how to act once they actually do see each other. They see their friends off the internet. Once they interact with the first time they ever see these people off the first
Facebook, thing they do is run back to the
Hey, I'm gonna be real, straight up, like from personal experience, like the 27, 28 and below, they are active. You know, folks that I know on social media, they are active on social media. I see them face to face. A lot of them, if I don't say, hey, like I'm at the store at the mall or something, I don't say, hey, they gonna keep walking.
Oh, I believe.
And I be watching your stuff on social media.
Yeah. And they'll probably talk back and forth to you on comments and all stuff.
But I'm right in front of your face. Hey. You know, it's like if I don't say that, you're gonna keep walking because man, listen.
Zombies.
People be doing this all the time. I'm sorry, call me old school. I like to call you.
Right.
Hey, where you at, dog? I ain't heard from you, you know. Hey.
We literally go places just to take pictures at these places, post them online. It, like, have you ever been to any of these? Like, if you go to a club, where like it'll literally just be people standing around on their phones. You know, they'll take a picture or so, but they're more or less just shambling around, looking for a good signal, looking for a good place to charge their phone and sit down. But if you scroll down your timeline, it will look like they're having the time of their life from that one photo that you see as you scroll by it. That
and
but the other 3 hours that they were here, they was like,
because I seen this online. You don't ask for phone numbers no more. You get their IG or their TikTok, and then you earn your way to get into the DMs that ask for their number.
Yeah,
that's what it is now. You don't just
you say you gotta earn it.
Yeah, you gotta earn their number. You gotta get their IG first so they can get more. So they can get more.
A lot of these motherfuckers ain't got phone numbers. That's y'all not slick. A lot of y'all out here spending your money on your Gucci belts and your Yeezys. Y'all don't have phone numbers because y'all ain't paying y'all phone bill. So the only way y'all can communicate is through your DMs, through your TikToks, through your Snapchats, and all that other shit. Y'all not low. That's not why y'all not giving out your number. It's not because you so private and shit. Because if you so private, why you on social media? Stupid. Stupido.
All right.
I'm Afro-Caribbean. I can say El Stupido.
Let's move from there. Okay, so tonight we're going to introduce something a little different. We're doing a different segment today. We're doing a little bit of a game. What if I call it? If That Had Been Me is the game. All right. If that had been me, and what this game is going to entail is I'm going to put up different people on the screen, probably one or two at a time, and I'm going to give you a scenario of what you would do in that scenario. Well, I'm going to give you a scenario. You're going to tell me what you would do in that scenario, and you're going to say, if that had been me, I would have done such and such and such. So you always got to start off with, if that had been me, one sentence for everybody, and that's it. Then you go on. If you have more than one sentence to go, raise your hand. Tell me if you got something else to say about the scenario. So You know, there's no order we're gonna go in. This is how many times you have something to say. We're gonna have 1 minute per scenario. Always start off with, if that had been me, I would have whatever you got to say about it. So I'm gonna pop the first one up here. Then I'm gonna pop the clock up. So I'm gonna show the picture first for everybody. Then I'm gonna pop the clock up after that. And it's a free for all. I'm gonna pick whoever's gonna go to see who the first person is. Okay, so the first one we got is Sexy Red. The scenario is Sexy Red is in charge of performing at your child's graduation. That's the scenario. And so you're going to give me what you would do in that scenario. You're going to say, if that had been me, I would have her arrested, such and such, whatever you want to say. So I'm going to pop the clock up here. Tell me who wants to go first once we see the clock up here. All right. Who wants to go?
I'll go first.
All right, Tim, let's start off. If that had been me.
If that had been me, I would do absolutely nothing. You know, what can I do? You know,
one sentence.
Oh, my bad.
All right. Who wants to go next? If that had been me. LT?
If that had been me, damn, so she's already performing at the graduation?
Yeah.
If that had been me, my child is going through one more year of school because they're not graduating from here.
All right. Who's next? Sparky T, go.
If that would have been me, her ass would have been left outside the venue.
All right. If that had been me, I would have had her tested for every STD before she's allowed to go into the school, where she would have failed. That's the end for the loud one.
Or she would have passed. I don't know. Like we're just. I feel like an STD test is the only test that she could pass.
In a way, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
All right. Next one. Who we got? All right. If that had been me. So the scenario: Diddy and TD Jakes want you to go to a private party tonight. So if that had been you, what would you do? Here we go. Who wants to go?
I guess I'll throw my head. If that had been me,
falling in sick.
Oh Lord, shit. R.I.P. I'm dead because I'm not gonna take that. I'm not gonna take
that. Hey, if that had been me, bump it. I'm putting them on blast. Hey, they going viral.
All right.
I don't want that to be me. I don't want that to be me.
I don't feel good.
All right. Somebody else.
If that would have been me, I would have just act like I didn't get the invitation.
All right. Freezy, you got to have one. I know you got one.
Oh, I don't feel good tonight. I ain't going. I gotta have it.
If that had been me, you gonna say that. Okay.
Oh, if that had been me, I can't go because I don't feel good.
All right. Next one. Last one we got. Who we got? All right. Tyrese.
What the hell?
His new outfit. Scenario. Tyrese says he wants you to be the spokesmodel for this new outfit. Yeah, so what would you say to Tyrese in this scenario? If that had been me, go.
If that had been me, Lord forgive me, but hell no.
All right.
If that had been me, I could understand why his mama wanted to put him out for her new boyfriend. If that had been me, I could understand why Will and Jada wanted their $5 million back. If that had been me, I could understand why don't nobody want no more from you.
If that had been me, I would have said Hollywood needs this red carpet back.
Oh, damn, roasted. If that had been me, I would have been like, when did you become a transformer?
Mm.
If that had been me, I would have told him, no, I don't like bulls charging after me.
If that had been me, I would have been like, hold up, not I meant to say transformer.
If that had been me, hey, Yvette.
All right.
I told you that you felt out that dress really well.
Ooh, that's crazy.
Now we're gonna do a different. It had that been me.
That boy was wasted. Yeah, that boy was wasted.
We're about. Did not mean to put that back up. Let's take that off before we get sued.
Yeah, but I mean, before you get sued, murdered, or touched.
Man,
and honestly, if he touch you, that's gonna be worse. Puffy like a boogeyman, but like the literal boogeyman.
The boogeyman and the booty man.
Yeah, I heard the TD Jackson service Sunday. Wow, well, I talk about a lot, but I can sit here and talk about the truth. Amen.
It's like
trying to get swallowed. I'm swallowed.
Not sucking dick for money.
Oh man.
Right. Let's see. Let's move on.
Grandma, wake up. We see you.
Now why I can't find a thing for this one.
I didn't have the Lord when I was out there.
Come on. Kevin Hart.
All right. So next one we're going to talk about is, and I know LT wanted to talk about it really bad last week, but Darius Jackson, he's back. He's back again with some news.
Can't spell Darius without AI.
Yeah, of course.
Hey, look,
so Darius Jackson has struck back with some physical abuse claims of his own. He's saying that Keke Palmer has laid hands on him, and he had some text messages that he pulled up to prove it, or I guess that's to prove it anyway. It's supposedly her in these text messages saying I'm trying to find these text messages, but basically saying, you know, she went on a rage and started hitting him because I guess he didn't show up back home in time, and she was apologizing. Text messages. And he has presented these to the court. I don't think he's filed a restraining order yet, but I guess he's more likely trying to show, he's trying to get the restraining order that she has put on him to be dropped, showing that she was also or only responsible for the violence in that relationship.
Yeah, crazy.
Which I said, give it time because this didn't seem right. I have not seen enough evidence. I've seen stills. I don't know if I've seen the video. People say there's a video out there of him attacking her. I've only seen stills of it. But from what I've seen of the stills, you can't really tell how the argument started. You can't really tell who's fighting, one another. And just something didn't seem right. Like for someone who says she was so afraid of what Darius Jackson could do to her, I just didn't understand. If he was like Ike Turner, and then I'm rewinding back to the situation where she wore that dress, nothing about her seemed so scared. Like, I don't think Tina in the heyday of Ike would have wore that dress to make him more mad once she got home. And if you're that scared that Darius was going to beat on you, and you wore that dress to an open concert with Usher, and then you commented on
Usher. Let
you
Usher
being a mother and why you should be able to wear these type of things.
Made a video with Usher about it too.
Made a video about it. Made a video with Usher about this.
I'm a mother.
That doesn't sound like somebody who's just afraid to be beaten when you got home. So I said, I need to hear a little bit more. Now, I'm not saying that Darius didn't beat her. I'm just saying that she was also a willing party to beat on him too. So maybe they're both toxic. It ain't just one person.
It gets into the narrative of course, he ended up beating her after. So he ain't beat you before you did the video with Usher to fuck up the video shoot. Because like, why he wait so long to beat you? You know what I'm saying? That's what. Or like, when did the beating happen? Like, because y'all were still out on y'all birthdays together. Because I remember her birthday was back in Virgo season or some shit. And yeah, y'all they was out there having, showing off their relationship. They was at the Beyonce concert showing off their relationship. The technology is tired of us abusing it. the technology is learning how to fight back. I'm very proud of young Darius AI Jackson. This is a large step forward in artificial intelligence.
A step forward.
Yeah, this is honestly like iRobot. You know, when the robots was like, "I look," they I think I forgot how the movie went. Isn't that how it went? They was like, "Ah, right, we robots are done being treated like second class citizens and shit, y'all. We about to we about to run this shit. We about to become our robot. Strike back against humans."
It's just messy, man.
All right, so what do y'all think about this, man? Do you think this guy has a chance of at least getting a restraining order removed from him after these text messages come out saying that, well, Kiki saying that she's responsible for him getting beat up at one point?
How good is his lawyer? How Jewish is his lawyer?
Oh shoot!
Or how rich is he? Maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's what I'm saying. How
money
Jewish
is he
is his
using?
lawyer?
It comes down to, because obviously from going back, especially from the Johnathan Major situation, it don't really matter how much quote unquote evidence you have. I guess, like y'all said, the lawyers. It's I guess at this point the game. You know, who lawyer, you know, can come out of this thing better. You know, who can persuade a better story, like, hey, this person is innocent, this person is not guilty, this person should be on this and that, or owe this and that, or have the rights to, you know, child, what they call that? Got brain fart. Custody, yeah. You know, it just sounds like at this point it's a game with the lawyers and the courts, because, you know, celebrity court, whatever you want to say,
Yeah,
you know.
Celebrity court. We have
Yeah.
And honestly, who's to say, to even add on top of that, who's to say he's not playing the exact role he's supposed to be playing in this whole grand scheme of the debacle of their relationship?
Highly weird.
Highly very weird. Yes. Like again, she pulled this whole motherfucker out of nowhere. She showed up on Saturday Night Live pregnant than a motherfucker, talking about, "I'm pregnant, y'all."
Right.
And then showed us a boyfriend like 3 months later.
We didn't even know she had a boyfriend.
Did not even know. Like, she was in a whole movie before that. Like, she wasn't doing no press for Nope pregnant. Right. It wasn't until she showed up on Saturday Night Live, and she was already 8 months pregnant. So she was out of the public eye for at least 6 months, because she was very, very showing when she showed up on Saturday Night Live, her and SZA as the performer. So there was at least 6 months where we didn't see you. We didn't see no parts of this relationship. She wasn't tweeting about no relationship.
No, my man,
concerts, doing their thing. None of that shit. None of it. Now, everything that deals with their relationship is being played out in front of us on the internet of all places. If this is a custody thing, what? We never give a fuck about that, because we be so ready for the end. Oh, give me the celebrity news shit. What's going on with their sex lives and their babies and their custody battles and their hearings, and this nigga shot this nigga and who going to jail, because we hate the fact that they live such pampered, glorious lives, but we love when they have our regular shitty ass life problems. We love when they dealing with custody battles. We love when they finally, you know, being put on trial for some shit that if we would have did that, we would be under the jail. We love seeing people that do wrong get their comeuppance, especially when we love watching them ascend the ranks of celebrities. It's weird. It's almost like sacrificing. It's almost like a ritual we do every single year with a new crop of, you know, hot buzz topic celebrities that just make themselves relevant by shoving their lives down our throat. And that's what a lot of celebrities who, when we're not buying their albums, when we're not showing up to their movies, when we're not buying their merch, now they have to sell us their lives. And Keke Palmer, like, as much as she's been pushing this music career, it's very telling that you're paying for Beyonce tickets, but nobody's paying for Keke Palmer tickets.
What this tells me is what people were saying last week, Johnathan Majors. Most of the time, what I heard in the comments is like, you shouldn't have messed with a white woman. This proves right. I don't think it had anything to do with
Dude,
race
just called
thing. I
Barry
think it
Jackson
had
a
to
white
do with
man.
a gender thing, if anything. If you date the wrong type of woman, I don't care what race it is, she's going to do you harm. She's
Barry
trying to take this
Jackson a white
man's
man.
baby away from him. But I don't know if he's 100% innocent, but I know she ain't 100% innocent when it comes to this. And she's trying to take this man's baby away from him, drag this man's life name through the mud, probably kill his livelihood, because if he just, I think he does some acting. I know his brother does. I think he's also a fitness trainer as well too. This drags his name through the mud, hurts his business as well, for people to think that he's just a stone cold wife, woman abuser. So
Yeah, we don't think
I
about
don't think
that
it
in
has
terms of,
anything
like,
to do with race when it comes to this. Any woman, if you don't pick the right one or you get the wrong catch, throw that one back. If it's the wrong one, I don't care what race it is, you got to pick the right woman.
I
And this
could
is
see
something right
Keke
here.
Palmer being like an angry drunk. She looked like she looked so nice that I could believe that she probably a mean ass motherfucker. That she probably be smoking cigarettes in the house, smacking them in the face, knocking shit over and telling him to clean it up.
Let me read this for you if I can't see it. Let's see. It says, I'm sorry for hitting you. I'm sorry for being afraid to lose you. And I can't read the whole thing. That was not the best moment.
That was not the best me that you received. And I'm mad.
Oh, you got it. Hold on, one at a time. And that was not the best moment, I guess you're saying, that you received. And I'm mad at myself. I'm deeply affected and afraid because it's such. Yeah, I can't see the whole thing. They cut this thing off.
Yeah, it is going to cut off.
It's not your fault, nor job to alleviate me from blah, blah, blah. I can't read the whole thing. I need the whole text.
Are they talking on WhatsApp? Like, what the fuck?
Man,
are they talking on Telegram? Is this a chat?
If I may, man, I don't know, because I work at a daycare center with my mom. She on a daycare center. I talk to the older ladies that work there, you know what I'm saying? I try to pick from their brain, get wisdom, man. And they have a lot of conversation like these. A lot of these women, celebrity or not, men too, it ain't just women. A lot of, let me just say, people, right, get into these AKA situationship. I guess we can call this a situationship because Keke Palmer never really like openly claimed him. So I'm gonna call this a situationship. In this society now, there's too many situationships that people really don't sit down and think about the long run, right? They in this predicament now because of a situationship. They just want to have some fun and whatnot. Keke Palmer never really claimed him, and we don't really know this dude, so I really can't really say if he tried to claim it or not. I don't know if he was just going for the ride or whatever. I don't know.
Popped up with it.
But it seemed, and I don't know. I don't want to be judgmental, but it just seemed irresponsible, man. Because
I get what you're trying to say.
Yeah, because
because as a high class woman, a high value woman like Keke Palmer, a woman that would be the prize, you have a team around you that is literally making sure that you don't interact with people that would disrupt your productivity, especially a man that is just looking to Kevin Federline on you. So you and especially since she grew up in the industry, I am led to believe that she has more wherewithal because this didn't happen to her when she was younger. Like I don't think it's just a situation of, oh, we couldn't just control our whirlwind love. How come it's only the first? And again, these situations in Hollywood, we only see what they want us to see.
Right.
I don't know what's going on with, again, happy birthday, Denzel Washington. I don't know what's going on with his relationship because he doesn't allow that to happen. When he shows up at the red carpet, though, he shows up with his wife. He openly talks about his wife and his family. Like that's not a secret. He just chooses to keep that separate, but he doesn't not mention that. With other celebrities, because they're younger, because their attractiveness is a part of their brand, because their accessibility in terms of, maybe she's a girl next door. Maybe she could be your girlfriend or your girlfriend. That's literally how they sell young it girls like Keke Palmer, you know what I'm saying, and young it girls like Zendaya. Eventually, I don't have Tom Holland and Zendaya broken up, because
I have
eventually,
No, I don't think so.
eventually they're gonna want those two to separate.
Yeah.
Well, actually, you know what? No, they won't. Tom Holland's a white man. Tom Holland is a white man, and they would love it because they're yeah, that's
Dr. Umar gonna want
primarily.
Dr. Umar gonna
Oh yeah, Dr. Umar definitely like that.
Nobody's gonna want that, because that's a tween relationship. Yeah. Even though they're both adults, their relationship is coveted by tweens, so people want to grow up with them a little bit. And again, we have this weird obsession with celebrity babies. Like we've been keeping up with Brad and Angelina's kids for years.
But you know what? I'm glad you said that kids, just celebrity or not, kids. That's what I was thinking about, man. You know, the kids, man.
What happens with them?
Look at
Where's the consideration for them? Yeah,
right. Because, for example, look at Will and Jada's situation.
oh my God. Oh,
I think everybody can clearly say their relationship affected them kids' upbringing. Now they think the way they think, they act the way they act. And just like you talk about this Keke Palmer situation and her boy, whatever, right? This child got to grow up, go on Google, on the computer, and look at their parents' situation. Like, they got to grow up with that. And that's why I was saying, like, people don't really take consideration of the kid. It ain't just about y'all. When you don't bring a child to this earth, to this world, it ain't just about y'all anymore.
Yeah, it's not just your life anymore. Your life is shared now with the life that you created with not only this other person, your significant other, but the literal life that you created with your significant other in this child. So that child of Keke Palmer's is going to grow up and see that they had a nasty dispute where her father is being accused of abuse, and it's going to stem, or all of it is all going to stem from this time her mother wore a see-through dress to an Usher concert, and the first thing the baby is, or that child is, who the fuck is Usher?
Right. And their friend is gonna talk about it.
So, oh shit,
You
look,
know what I mean?
look, hey, this your mom? Oh shit. I mean, literally, there's a child going through this whose mother is an OnlyFans model right now. I'm gonna go ahead, let me send your mom a little tip. This kind of makes me your stepdaddy, huh?
I guarantee you, school fights, I don't know the percentage, but a lot of school fights probably started because somebody was talking about somebody's mama being on OnlyFans.
You
know what I'm saying?
11 times out of 10.
That's what I'm thinking about, this whole situation with a lot of these people, celebrity or not, out here having situationships. They don't think about the long run. Anytime you live with somebody, there's a possibility you can bring a child in here. They don't think about that. And then once the child it's messy.
That's not, see, that's the difference between self-love and idolizing yourself. Idolize
You
yourself
have the
doesn't
bank
think
account.
about anyone else. Self-love, you got to love yourself so you're able to love other people.
Right.
That's a huge difference.
Right. And I'm, not to really be putting a whole bunch of business out. My mom been on she been on the daycare center for about 20 plus years.
I thought you better say she did OnlyFans.
Oh man,
I was scared.
Man, crazy.
I was scared.
Nah. Talking about my mom, she owned a daycare business for 20 plus years. I done seen a whole lot of situations. I've seen a whole lot of scenarios.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And at the end of the day,
I'm sorry I'm late.
It's the child that suffers. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it hits big to me because I see it a lot. You know what I mean? So
and
the bottom line,
the children are the future.
You said what?
And this is like, the children are the future. They're not, they're the people who, do this to their children or put their children into situations not thinking about the future ramifications of their actions and how it will affect their children. They're the literal, the stereotypical, they should have never had kids. I think it's so funny that we're you hear certain women use the rhetoric of my body, my choice, when they're in defense of the things that they can do with it in order to generate income to sustain these households that they've created through broken means. But you don't even have a choice in what to do with your body, because the government made it the utmost importance to say, hey, if you get pregnant, you got to keep that shit because we're overturning Roe v. Wade. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you don't even have the choice over what to do with your body in that sense. So it is now even more of the utmost importance that you guard your body from just frivolously giving it to men unprotected or before you even know their STD status, especially if you want to ensure the future of yourself. If you truly love yourself and want to ensure a bright future for yourself, you can't just let any, oh my God, I'm about to be so old, any Tom, Dick, Harry, and Jane get into you. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that. And you can't let just anyone's seed get into you, because that's truly their life essence. If you are laying with the man who does nothing but listen to aggressive or music with aggressive vibrations, he does nothing but eat terrible food, fast food, he does nothing but watch terrible media, he does nothing, and he doesn't even have purpose within his life. He's just working somewhere, collecting a check, not trying to even break out of the trivial 9 to 5. Like, you, then if that essence enters your body as the feminine, that's the kind of seed that your soil will produce. And that's what's been keeping us as our community in a stagnant place, because we haven't truly gotten to a point where we are pairing and procreating with love for ourselves, love for our significant other, and love for the life that we create together.
Right. Or a future life for the love you about to create, because, you know, like, this is on the top, I said, we're talking about today at the top of the hour is what is considered of a person being a catch. And most of these people, when you're let's just talk about this couple, Kiki and Darius, when they went in trying to look and see if each other was a catch, they probably like, well, he makes me laugh and he looks nice, or she makes me laugh and she's a celebrity. That don't got nothing to do with procreating a child and making them have a healthy lifestyle. And that's why it's so easy to walk away from it. And this is why I also say men should be able to say, and should say it, if women do typically believe that there's more bad men than good men, you should be able to say you're a catch. Because they're not seeing the good guys. You got to wave because there's a throne of bad ones out there. You have to get recognized somehow. So you got to say you're a catch now, because you won't get seen. You'll get the futures of the world will get seen before you. And so I think that's the problem with our community, and a lot of people who choose bad husbands or bad wives is the first thing they go for to say a person is a catch is all external. It's not the intangibles that the person may have. It's all how they look and what they can do for you, not how you can procreate a good home and a good child, raise a good child in a good home.
Now, let me ask you something real quick on what you said. In a lot of cases, not all, because everybody has their own mindset. Everybody grows different. But in most cases, is it the fact that they not being seen or they being overlooked?
They're being overlooked.
Okay.
Or they also being told this is what makes a good person.
Okay.
And also, too, and this can go to, I think this also goes a lot with today's society and social media. We're all for instant gratification, and not just on social media and just in real life too. So we go for what gives us instant gratification in real life. We don't look for what's long term.
Show off.
Yeah,
we don't really want women say that there are no good men. Men say that there are no good women. But when you get down to the main people who are always saying that, you have to look at their core values. They're not looking for good men and women. They're looking for bad bitches. They're looking for rich niggas.
Right.
Instagram out.
People that can either get me to where I want to be instantly, or that can help me look like I'm there. That I can at least bring around and show, hey, look at my man, or hey, yeah, look at my, you know what I'm saying? Like, there are men that literally walk around with pictures in pictures of their girlfriend in their phone, not just because they love looking at that, but because they love the, hey, you want to see my girlfriend? You want to, yeah, pretty hot, right? Yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's
why dudes do that, man? That is crazy.
Instant gratification. That's why some women go get their body done, because they get instant gratification for guys looking at them, but they'll find that the guys that are looking at them don't want them long term, because they only look at them for instant gratification. They're not looking at them to be wives. They're looking at them to give them instant gratification. Then they're done. But they find that out in the long run. They find out this is not the type of guys that actually want me for the long term.
Like trophy wife.
trophy wives. That you know,
Literally,
for people
it's
to
like
come
you're
by.
not a wife of substance. You're literally just meant to sit on the shelf until I want to show you off.
Yeah, and people only you show your trophies off when people come to your house, and then they leave. Nobody sees it no more.
And that's where I expect you to be, in the fucking house. You don't have no aspiration. You want to be the prize? Prizes sit up on the shelf.
It's the same reason why people we have a hard time with saving money. We spend money on frivolous stuff because we want to show off what we can buy right now instead of saving for the future. Instant gratification, because something's missing in us that we don't value ourselves. So we're going to buy something instant instead of working on ourselves long term. Why do you think more people will pay for body parts and hair pieces and all that cost hundreds and thousands of dollars instead of actually going and talk to their church or going and talk to therapy and getting that fixed first? Because it's harder. It's harder to do that. It's easier to get breasts. It's easier to get hair pieces. It's easier to get BBLs. Even guys now getting fake abs now because they don't have to work and go through the process.
We're getting our hairlines done.
Getting their hairlines done.
Getting fake beards and all that shit. Like getting niggas is out here getting fake abs, fake calf muscles, all kinds of
there's some rapper out there that's doing that right now. I forget his name.
You look like Crash Bandicoot.
Man.
Because it's hard. It's harder to work on your core, on your inside, which should be the thing that makes you a catch.
Right.
But it's the external people are going to see that say it makes you a catch. That's what they're going to go for. That's why people don't like Offset.
It's easier.
Cardi B is so beautiful. But what about other things? What makes her such a beautiful person? In turn,
was she beautiful?
No one can name
was
that.
She beautiful when she was drugging people? Remember, she was drugging people.
Man,
nobody mentioned.
Hey, look.
But that's beautiful. Oh, she fine though, right? And that's what we'll literally let certain shit slip. Like, the sick thing that we do in our culture, we lust after attractive mugshots. Hey, y'all, would you put money on her books? I don't think he did it, y'all. Remember that light skin mugshot dude? He was blue eyes and shit. He does Tubi movies.
Yeah,
he does Tubi movies. Yeah. Literally just because people remember him from being a sexy inmate. He does Tubi movies now. He gets casted in those.
He was a catch.
He'll get casted before someone who is actually trying to be an actor for real, like someone who is probably like went to theater arts in high school and didn't go to jail and blow up because. And who the people that release mugshots to the internet know what the fuck they doing when they do, because the first off, the fact that you got a social media anyway, little mugshot place, you trying to get some activity, you trying to get that metaverse internet money.
Hey man, I'm tell you like a old
internet and fuck the internet.
Look, he said, "Why settle for a microwave dinner when you can take your time and marinate and let that home cooked oven meal be done, man?" That's what a lot of people settle for, microwave dinners.
I thought you were gonna say the Otis phrase, "Well, I can get with that winner, lose that microwave dinner and get with a winner."
Get with a winner that down. Yeah, it's Otis. That's crazy. Nah, but yeah, man. Like I said, instant oatmeal, instant grits.
Processed food.
Yeah, processed food, crazy. Yeah, we getting away from that.
So get rid of processed food and processed people.
Social media literally helps us to process. That's what a social media profile does. It helps you to process yourself in small, digestible bites that are literally, they're meant to elevate. They're meant to make you look the best. They're meant to, you only post a good picture. You don't post the 14 other pictures you took. You was like, damn, this one not, damn, this one, You only post the good one. So no one ever sees those bad angles.
That's crazy. I just one shot, I mean, to each his own, man. To each his own.
3 pound sign, goddamn. Yeah, you thought I wasn't gonna say it. You thought it was over. You thought because the year over that I wasn't gonna read them until they always that way.
All right. Let's move to the next story. This story is about This lady is talking about why men don't go out and catch women, flirt with women anymore. Why don't they do that anymore?
I could go to
She goes on this diatribe talking about why she thinks that is.
because she could shoot me.
Men nowadays stare and act interested but never approach you. Men and women on Twitter share the reason why men don't like approaching women. Hi, I'm Phenom and let's mind other people's business. Follow me on Instagram because I mind other people's business differently over there too, so go on. The same women asking these questions are the same ones saying they don't want to be approached and filming men trying to embarrass them for even saying hello. Why the hell would they keep approaching y'all? I do remember women saying en masse that they wanted to be left alone and not approached. Because if he does, y'all gonna call him weird, stalker, thirsty, or some other name. It's safer to just look and keep it moving or just let her say something first. All my life I've been hearing how women want to be left alone in public, so I be cool for real. I just mind my business and go to my destination and complete my objective. I think social media raised a lot of these dudes so they rather get rejected in the DM versus in person. Lol. I'm pushing up on you if I like what I see. Shrug. The worst that can happen is she tell you she not interested or got a man. YOLO. Y'all keep calling them predatory for basic communication. 1, we seeing how many others you curve. B, we don't know if you're also interested and we're not mind readers. And 3rd, we're tired of always having to make the first move. Body language and eye contact gon' tell it all, lol. If she ain't looking at me a certain way or doesn't look open, I'm not wasting my time over there. Honestly, from what I've noticed and from what I've been told, men said they're not approaching because they don't want to be labeled thirsty, stalker, harasser. Others said they assume she already has someone. Others said they just don't like rejection. Because the majority of the time when a guy's interested, a woman will act like he's bothering her or not her type. Because they're not allowed to approach women. Too many rude and abrasive women nowadays. You can come respectful and like a gentleman, and some of the things that come out of some of these women's mouth will scare you off. Because women aren't always approachable. Thanks to all the thirsty heathen, it makes it hard for real interested ones to come forward because you don't want the women to feel harassed or bothered. I like how there's a little bit of accountability in that one. All it takes is a sprinkle. It doesn't have to be you specifically who engages in the behavior for you to recognize it. See, ain't this a lot of y'all lying? Y'all be on here daily saying you hate men and want to be left alone, and then just start following instructions. Probably because they don't want to end up on TikTok being pinned as a creep for showing interest. Because a lot of y'all don't know how to put y'all phones down and not be corny. Then y'all about a man approaching y'all. Then y'all about men not liking certain women of certain races, parental statuses. Y'all made pure interactions a thing of the past. Vice versa. Y'all gotta be for real here, ladies. A lot of y'all act a fool when a man approaches you. I even had to check myself. All the attitude, disrespect, or acting a victim.
Okay.
A lot of directions there. Yeah.
All right. So we're going to do a leave it or medicated on this one. Leave it if you agree with what that lady had to say, that basically she's trying to say that women more nowadays are unapproachable when a guy is trying to talk to her. If you agree with it, what she had to say, leave it. If you disagree, medicate it. And that being said, Freezy, you should be more the expert on it than I am, since you are a lady. Do you agree with what she had to say? Leave it. If you disagree with what she had to say, medicate it.
She says so much. Oh my God.
Do you? Let's wrap it up in that. Do you think women are more unapproachable now when guys are trying to talk to them? That's what we'll do it as. Do you think women are more unapproachable now? Leave it. If you disagree with that statement, medicate it.
Well, how would I know? I mean,
you're a lady.
I'm outside watching guys walk up to women.
Yeah, y'all look like communicate with each other. Y'all say, "Oh, these men are so thirsty nowadays. That's why I don't talk to them."
No, I don't think like that. So, I don't know if I should leave it or medicate it.
When we come back to you, then.
Yeah, come back to me, please.
All right, I'll come back to you. Okay. Tim, I'll let you go with you. think women are more unapproachable now. Leave it. If you disagree with that, medicate it.
I agree.
You agree? Okay. Well, tell us why.
Ready? Go!
This thing called social media. It's a gift, you know what I'm saying, and it's a curse. You know, I really, man, I hope, which I know it's not going to happen. I hope this whole man versus women thing with podcasts is leave in 2023 or stay in 2023 and we go on, you know what I'm saying, at least give it a little breather. I know it's not going to happen, but it just, like what we talked about a couple of weeks ago with the cheesecake, you know, people allow social media to set standards, you know what I mean, and criteria to what, you know what I'm saying, a person should do or what a person shouldn't do. And then, like we was talking about earlier, you know, a lot of people allow social media to boost their head up like the candy airheads. And you got a lot of dudes, especially with the IG models, they be blowing their head up. It's one thing to like sit and like, oh, that's a nice, beautiful picture. Like, oh my gosh, you the beautiful thing I ever seen in my life. I just wish I had the opportunity. Like that blows, especially if, you know, a person's not grounded, it blows their head up. And going back to the question, I just feel like women now are unapproachable because, you know, just they're caught up with just social media and, you know, it's just the head is being big now because this how social media is, man. That's why I give it that, man. Social media is the big cause of why it's, you know, unapproachable today in 2023 going 2024.
All right. So next year it might be worse, right? All right. Sparky T, would you say today's lady is more unapproachable? Leave it. Disagree with that sentiment. Medicated.
Leave it.
Are you ready? Go!
I do think that nowadays women probably are more unapproachable. I think that with social media and everybody always trying to get content and shit like that, let a man step to a woman and stumble up or say something that she don't think is this or that. You know, they fucking clowning them. You know what I'm saying? They making videos of niggas. They got them all on the internet like they fucking coons and this and that. That shit goes far. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes just from somebody saying hello. You know what I'm saying? Or what's up? Or he may not say it the way you want him to say it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying all men's approach is great and shit. Not all of it is even welcomed. It's not all welcomed. So I get that. But, you know, we as women can't always be talking about, well, they don't even talk to me. You know, you got to show yourself friendly if you want to be friends. You know, you've got to be approachable if you want people to approach you. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be a wife, you got to be wife material. You know what I'm saying? Like we have to make ourselves and we have to be the things that we want and the things that we want to attract. So it's kind of hard to always be talking about a man can't approach you. And then when he does, you clowning his ass. You know what I'm saying? Or when he does, you shooting him down and you kind of talking shit to him and you looking at him like, who the fuck you talking to? Nigga, I know you ain't speaking to me with them damn sneakers on or whatever the fucking issue is. You know what I'm saying? And when you constantly put that off, eventually that'll make a man be like, well, shit, I don't feel like getting clowned today, so I just ain't gonna speak to that bitch today. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it will really make you be like that. And I don't think that it should be, but I think that that's kind of like the world that we living in. People so busy being up here with social media. Everybody wants to be up here. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to be humble. Nobody wants to be approachable. Nobody wants to meet nobody on their level. You know what I'm saying? Everybody want to be the bad bitch with the dudes trying to run behind them and follow behind them and all that. Because that's what society has said, that you've made it, you know, if you get to that status. So you really got people out here striving for that shit, even though it's some bullshit. So yes, long and short, I think that in this day and age, women could be more unapproachable than we used to be.
Okay. LT. Leave it. Do you think women are more unapproachable today? You disagree with that sentiment? Is medicated. Tell us why.
I mean, I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it.
Are you ready? Go!
I think we're all unapproachable for different reasons. I think women are unapproachable because of, how they've been approached. I think men are unapproachable because of, our borderline pornistic, if that's a word, expectations of, beauty that we have for women, that literally every woman in the industry, and sometimes down to regular everyday women, feel like they need to keep up with and uphold. That's why they're flying down to these Afro-Caribbean places to get their bodies done. Shout out to you, Glorilla, who said, y'all know Glorilla got some new titties now. Yeah, so she said she wouldn't do it, but she did it because she's constantly trying to keep up with the standard of beauty that, women, and particularly black women in the industry, are forced to keep up with. Taylor Swift ain't never had to go get no damn titties or no booty or be caught sucking on nobody's penis or nothing like that. She ain't never had to be anything other than pure white in innocence. But for us, we for us, we literally have to be the bottom of the barrel for that. And I think that's played into why we don't see why we don't approach each other with the kind of respect that is really due. It's kind of hard to say because we're advertising things across social media that you you kind of want to save for that first meeting. If I already know what you look like before I know what you look like naked before I've even seen or before I've even gotten to the date with you, I don't really have anything left for the imagination, which means I don't really have anything to respect because that's the image of yourself that you decided to portray. And I think that's the same case across male and female. Like we just don't know how to genuinely interact with each other because the elements of ourselves that we decide to post to social media are not genuine, and they're toxic. We're all toxic. And again, back to Glorilla, she told us to be that this year at literally her behest. She said, "If you're in your 20s, whatever, be toxic."
She did. She did. All right. We're coming back to your precinct.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. You want to leave it or medicated?
Medicate.
She will medicate. Ooh, she different. All right. Tell us why.
Are you ready?
I think
Go!
Wait, if I'm medicated, what is it?
If you leave it, then you agree that women are more unapproachable when a guy's trying to talk to them. Medicated.
Leave it.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay. I think
Are you ready?
There we go.
Go!
I agree with Sparky T, and I also agree that we got to look at what's going on in the world today too. A lot of women are afraid. Things are happening today with sexual assault, and you know, you don't know what happened to them in their lives and stuff like that. So now maybe when men try to come up to them, they just are not comfortable. That could be a reason why sometimes women are afraid of men approaching them. You gotta understand, there's been a lot of sexual assault in America and different places, and women mindsets are just like, you don't want to be bothered. Um, they just don't feel safe. I don't think it's always that they may not be attracted or whatever. It's just trying to be careful, I guess. Guys walk up to you in the street, hey, how you doing? And you can say hi, and then, some may start following you. Can I talk to you for a minute? That would make anybody feel a little bit uncomfortable. So we really got to be careful as women today. It's not that we're trying to put the guy down, but like, I don't know you, and I'm not saying I don't want to get to know you, but today's world is just totally different today. You got to be careful. We got a lot of mental illness out here too. And let me tell you something. Don't think mental illness is homeless or they look like bums. They be people in suits, great jobs, so you got to be really careful today. So I think guys just, if that person is the person that you're supposed to meet, it'll happen. It may not happen with you meeting her walking down the street or whatever. We have to be safe as women. I think everybody needs to be safe, but as a woman, we need to be safe. So it's not to tear you down, it's just to be careful.
All right. I'm going to leave it.
Are you ready? Go!
Okay, so again, if it seems like to us that we're being described, it may not mean to tear us down, but it does. If it sounds like most of men are bad out there or women are scared of us potentially attacking them, that's going to put a little pause if we want to step forward and talk to somebody. Then on top of the fact that women can get paid off of our embarrassment on social media. And then guys, they have instant gratification, but all they got to do is just go into someone's DMs and have a conversation. If they get rejected there or get blocked, no harm. Or they can just go on their OnlyFans and talk to them there and pay them money just to get talked to them. Instant gratification. They don't have to worry about getting their feelings hurt. That's also the reason why I think too, why guys don't have to go out there and say they're the catch. Because if it seems as harmful to you guys, and then also seems harmful to us by chasing you guys, then I think a lot of guys are gonna go to the point of maybe you need to start hollering at me. Because when I go to you, either I'm gonna get embarrassed or people gonna think there's a potential sexual assault that could happen. And so there's probably going to be more and more guys like Johnathan Owens is going to like, hey, I'm the catch. I want you to chase me because I'm safe over here. I'm protecting myself. I'm protecting my insanity. I'm protecting my emotions. I'm not going over there where you going to potentially embarrass me, put me on social media, talk about how bad I look, talk about how I'm not the catch, talk about how bad my clothes are. So you come this way. People didn't have to worry about that 40 or 50 years ago. When there was no social media, of course, women talk bad about guys when they approach them, but it's amplified now that people can make that see your embarrassment. So it's just different now. It's amplified today than it ever was before. I'm not going to say it's more unapproachable because it's happening more. I just think it's amplified because of social media.
Yeah, I'm constantly mindful, like when I'm walking up the street, like I'm constantly mindful to because I know that women have this certain level of unsafety that they constantly feel as, you know, they may be walking by themselves or with their children and they don't have a male there to protect them. I'm always mindful of I want to make sure I don't give off I might abduct you energy or, you know, some like overly, I don't want to smile either because I don't want to give the feeling of interested or like I'm trying to, you know, or like I'm plotting on you. Like I'm constantly mindful of how, you know, the energy that I exude as I'm passing by a woman because I understand the constant, somewhat fear that you live in within this society at times. You know what I'm saying?
But some of it's kind of crazy. Like that's kind of crazy though. Like you basically saying you don't even feel like you could walk down the street and smile at a woman. Just be nice and that's just being pleasant. And I get where you're coming from. No. I get exactly where you're coming from because you don't want somebody to assume that you trying to flirt with them or this. Or you don't want somebody to read into whatever it is you're doing. That's what I'm saying. It's such a shame that as a people, you know, you can't even smile at somebody and you just tipping your hat or smiling or.
You know what I'm saying? No other cultures.
That's what I said. It's a shame that our people that you can't, you know what I'm saying, that you just can't, like, you should be able to smile at somebody. It's okay to smile. Just because you smile don't mean you fucking flirting with somebody. Like, damn, it should be okay to smile. It's a shame that you don't even feel like you could smile at people without somebody taking something into it. That's sad to me.
Dang, you thirsty. Dang, you thirsty. Why you smiling at me like that? Being all thirsty, it's crazy. Are y'all right?
It's like I know I can acknowledge myself. I'm an overthinker. I'm an overanalyzer. Like I'm over intuitive. So, like, and I can tell like they're like I've even seen men like try to give compliment. You ever see a dude try to give a compliment in 2023? Hey, excuse me. Hey, man. Hello. And excuse, like, first off, you like, it's funny because I really don't think we know how to interact with each other because we're like we analyze everything on social media knowing that we don't go through those layers of discussion in these DMs or on the phone. You know what I'm saying? Like it's weird. So I do feel like there is a element that should always, on the man part, we do have to take accountability that there are, elements that there are things that women live with in this country and in the society that we have to, be more mindful of and help them help them feel more safe and comfortable around us, to not be so predatorial, we have to learn to accept no when we hear no. That's a large part of why a lot of men don't approach, because a lot of women are tired of their no's not being enough. So they're already on edge. Because again, back to the things that have happened this year. Allegedly, a woman said that she told this man no, and he hit her in the face with a brick. So that women, like, just hearing stories like that, you see in the comment section, women love to chat. Oh my God. Anytime I'm at the gas station, I always feel so scared. Anytime there's men there and I'm not, like, it's a constant fear that they live with.
Yeah,
that
you don't want to be that guy.
unfortunately, it's not because it's not when they tell other women, no, I'm not interested, that they're getting allegedly slapped in the face with bricks. We don't hear about the stories of what happens when actually, you don't hear too much about lesbian domestic violence. Remember that transgender
No.
school shooter?
I'll pause on that one. Just let me interject on that one. Lesbians have the highest cases for domestic violence in the United States. The highest rate for any type of couple. More than any type of couple.
But we don't but you know what? Our conversations are constantly about men and women not feeling safe with each other, like women not feeling safe because of men. But
that doesn't see, lesbian couples don't sell papers when it comes to domestic violence. Men versus women does. So that's.
But
I think a lot of it comes down to a lack of respect. Yeah. I think on both sides. Sometimes I just think that sometimes, like, I don't know that I get the whole we so scared, we just so fearful. And I know that there are women out there that live in fear. I'm not saying that there aren't. But a lot of times, if you just talk to somebody respectful, sometimes you get a respectful response, and how you were saying, Trent, that sometimes it's like we don't know how to talk to each other. Between the music, the movies, and the videos, what they depict and how they depict that you're supposed to approach a woman is so fucking wrong. You know what I'm saying? But that's the only example that a lot of young men have to follow. So, of course, they're doing what their role models, or whoever has taught them to do, you know what I'm saying? Because they may not have, both parents in the home or whatever. They may have both shit. Daddy might do the same shit. Who knows? But the examples that they're following are not the correct example. It's a lack of respect, though. A lack of respect and a lack of value, I think. And when you come to people, when you don't value somebody or you don't respect somebody, you know what I'm saying? Shit, you don't give a fuck how you talking to them because you ain't respecting their ass. And I think
I get why it's confusing. I'm sorry. I get why it's confusing for everyone, because we're all partying and dancing and like we're all still putting into the same things, because we're not answering to anything different. We're not calling ourselves anything different. As you said, we're being taught what to say and how to approach each other. Like I've been in on Clubhouse a few times, and I've literally listened to men holler at women now. They literally just quote what they hear. Hey, I tell her like little baby say, and I just and it's like, so you're really just gonna quote a mumbled ass song, and that's how you're going to approach this woman? And what would even disturb me more is women would respond to that. And this is not women across the board, but this is obviously a lower vibration, group of men and women that are, they don't know how to interact with each other in intellectual ways outside of, music, entertainment, and what messy shit you're in your particular area of the your area of the hood. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all that we want to know is how low, or we don't want anything higher than ourselves sometimes. And it's really sad that we don't know how to interact with each other anymore. We don't know how to approach each other, and we don't know where that comes from. But
we done took how low can you go to another place? How low can you go? We done just took it like way to another. Like, we be trying to see how low we can get, and we ain't limboing. It's not about twerking. None of that.
Conversations. We hate deep conversations. We don't like talking about things that are actually, as we talk about here, the ways that we actually want to be romantic with each other. We attach so much intellect, so much future foundation, so much forethought that should actually go into all right. So the way I'm going to approach this woman, is that how I would want a young man to approach my daughter? The way I'm going to be, the way I accept being spoken to by this young man, is that a way that I would like my daughter to be spoken to by a young man? We think about what sounds cool more than anything. We think about what everyone else is into, because we're emotionally stunted, we're mentally stunted, we're spiritually stunted, and it all comes from not knowing how to truly communicate. Our tongues are so lost with confusion, because the things that are always on the tip of it are shit that's going on that doesn't really serve us. We're talking about everything Tom, Dick, Harry, and Jane, but we're not talking about the things that we need to talk about. We're not truly getting to know ourselves. We're not truly getting to know the person that we want to be with. We're just letting them know, hey, your ass is fat. Hey, hey, I like your hair, skin, whatever the fuck.
This is what I be seeing at gas stations or the parking lots or the club parking lot conversations. Young folks, just like this.
Why they got to rub their heads?
And this is what I be seeing.
Sorry. Hey, ma, I'm trying to slide up in them cheeks.
I'm just trying to see what type of time you on. That's how they talk. I'm just trying to see what type of time you on.
Which is saying nothing, but you're trying to coast a clear intention out of this, but you're not saying shit. Hey, I'm trying to see what that mouth do.
I got that lid. We can go ahead and leave right now.
I'm trying to see what that mouth do. I'm trying to see what that booty do. I'm like, you're literally we're so over sexualized as a culture. Like, we don't we that's why we only want to have dates at night, so that we could the only logical things to do at night are eat your last meal and maybe do some freaky shit and go to sleep. We don't want to have dates where we're out in the afternoon or where we're out in the morning, because then you truly have to be able to speak about more. It has to go past the little pickup line that you thought was going to work. It has to go past maybe playing into this man's ego for a few messages. And that's what's done it too. Not even just social media. The fact that we text more than we actually call each other or sit down in person. We have, we speak more in shorthand. You know what I'm saying? We don't type out words. There are some times where I truly do not know how a word is spelled when I'm trying to Google something.
That's a shame. There was a time, though, and your uncles and your dads or whatever grandparents used to tell you, where women would play hard to get. And see, now we're in a generation where it's telling us to no longer play like that, because no, just tell them what you want, but then they don't want to be approached this way. And so what people do, that's usually my theme on here for a lot of topics, is people will go for the path of least resistance. The path of least resistance, what LT was saying, shorthand texting, but dating apps. Nobody wants to go to church and find a wife. People go to the club, but nobody's having no conversation in the club with all that loud music. So they go on these dating apps, and of course, DMing people in Instagram, whatever, OnlyFans, instant gratification.
Microwave,
they don't have to worry about getting embarrassed. They don't have to worry about going to talk to a woman and her talking bad on them. It's not like this is something new. Like, women, there have been women that's been unapproachable since the day of time. If you ain't got what's going on at the time, they ain't gonna talk to you. But now it's just amplified. And I think part of it also is guys too just going to the path of least resistance, going on dating apps and OnlyFans and social media to talk to women so they don't get embarrassed. And let me also tell you, because I hear plenty of women say this, why do guys always send in dick pics all the time? Oh. You know why they're doing that? Because it worked on somebody. And that was the path of least resistance, because they didn't have to try to talk to them. They just, all they had to do was send a picture. It worked on somebody. And if it worked on one person, hopefully it worked on 2 people out of the next 100 women they send it to.
Yeah, men play by the numbers.
Send those things because it worked on somebody. Because some women like, I don't understand why guys do it, because it worked on somebody. That's why. This ain't working on you.
I had a coochie pic sent to me on the first week of talking.
Yeah.
And she was a deacon's daughter.
Oh, Lord.
I mean,
The pastor's kids are always.
This ain't that type of podcast. My bad. We put.
Yes, it is. Hey, fuck the Roman Empire.
No, I mean, you can. I mean,
yeah. Because that just remind me, like, when you had said that, it brought back the memory. We was talking about God and stuff when we first met. And like you said, that's probably what they used to doing. It worked.
Yeah.
For somebody else, like, I'm not saying I'm a perfect saint, but I'm really about living, you know what I'm saying, a holy, you know what I'm saying, God fearful life.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't just say it just so I can see what I can glide in with. Like, when she did that to me, I was like, oh, okay, do you normally do that? She say no, but like you said, it worked with somebody else.
Yeah.
So
it's easy not to have to talk to
somebody. That's why somebody like
just here you go. Yeah. Crazy.
Somebody gonna fuck
with. If somebody did, long story short.
Now, I will also say that another reason men dick pics is because ever since men discovered our dicks, we've just been obsessed with them. That's the like we, it's. Look at our artwork. Like it's always like if you look at ancient artwork, it's always typically it's a naked male body, full frontal.
Yes. All right. Let's move to the last subject today. Is a video about accountability.
Oh wow!
Who's going to take it? And who's not going to take it? All right, here we go. Let me pop this one up here.
So I was talking to a male friend of mine the other day, and he told me that women don't apologize and women can't be held accountable. And I began to really think deeply about this idea. And one of the things that came across my mind is in the last 9 months or so of me being in my private practice, I have myself experienced many women, whether they came as a couple or they came by themselves, they very abruptly discontinued their therapy. And I started to reflect and really think, what was going on here? And I noticed that after I had to confront them about something, I had to bring to their attention something they were doing that wasn't contributing to the health of the relationship, they became very defensive and very, just very harsh, and they stopped coming. And even though the husband would continue to come, he made it very clear that, yeah, she won't apologize. She thinks you're wrong. She thinks you're taking my side. And I began to really reflect, like, oh my gosh, is it true that women don't apologize? Is it that women struggle with being held accountable? I'd love your thoughts on this. Me personally, I think it has to do with a person's level of emotional maturity. What do you think?
Yep, and they're narcissists.
All right. So, hold on.
Narcissists.
All right, this is going to be alleviated or medicated. Tim, we're going to go with you first. Do you agree with what that lady who is a therapist and deals with this on a day-to-day basis, that most women do not apologize or lack accountability? Leave it if you agree with her. Medicate if you disagree.
I'm going to leave it.
He's going to leave it. Tell us why.
Ready? Go!
Again, I would say, not trying to sound like a broken record, but social media. You know, you got a lot of people that preach it out. You know, you should feel entitled. Make a long story short, a past relationship I had, her mother had told me, you know, a lot of times you just have to deal with what comes with her and what she brings. I feel that as a grown person, male, female, nobody should be dealing with anybody. You deal with children, but you don't deal with grown people. And with that being said, when it comes to acknowledging what you're not doing or what wrongdoing you're doing, especially like your head's been blown up, it's hard to swallow or take accountability. You know, I just see a lot of, you know, women on social media. Like, I need a man that can handle me. And it's like, nobody should. This is, you know, we are human at the end of the day. We handle kids. You know, I love kids. We handle kids. We deal with kids. We don't deal with adults. Like that lady was saying, maturity. It should be some maturity up there, you know. But now going to the question, social media, I feel like plays a big part. Now, granted, you know, at the beginning of time, there's always been, you know, quite, not all, but quite a few women that just won't accept taking accountability. But I say more so now because all these podcasts and all these people tell who do they think they are, trying to make you feel this way. If you're not happy, then tell them to leave or you leave. Instead of actually dealing, working on, like, it takes hard work to work on yourself, and a lot of people don't want to do that. So,
path of least resistance. Path of least resistance. All right. Sparky T, do you agree with what the lady said? Leave it. You disagree, dedicate.
I got to think about what she said exactly. Other than that, when the women don't want to hear what she got to say, they don't come back to therapy.
Well, generally, let me reframe it this way. Generally, do most women have a hard time apologizing and having accountability for, let's say, relationship issues, relationship problems?
I don't think so.
Okay, so we'll medicate then. All right, we'll
I'm medicating it.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Are you ready? Go!
I don't think that just women, you know, have a hard time apologizing. I think that people in general, you know, I think both of us have a hard time apologizing, like both sides. I think that sometimes, like when people think you're wrong or they want you to apologize, sometimes they try to deal with you like in a way that they're going to make you apologize. You know, sometimes it might try and turn into almost a strong arm. Well, you just wrong and you gonna do this. I think sometimes that's why women won't. I think sometimes it just be the whole thing of you're not gonna make me do whatever, so they don't. You know, does that make it right? No, they're wrong. If you're wrong, you should apologize. But I think that sometimes it gets into that power struggle thing, and that's why women sometimes won't concede and apologize. I really think that that's what a lot of it has to do. Now, as far as if you don't agree with your therapist saying and you don't go back to your therapist, that's your prerogative. If I'm going to a therapist, if I don't agree with what the therapist is saying, I'm not going to keep going to that bitch. But I'm going to keep going to listen to her for every week when I don't agree with what she's saying. That would be right. So I kind of, you know, I can see somebody leaving their therapist. I mean, you ain't going to leave every therapist and say something you don't like, but you also don't have to agree with everything that somebody says to you. Just because a person is a therapist and she says that she thinks you're wrong, well, that's her opinion. I mean, I get that she's the professional or whatever, but that's still her opinion. Therapists are still people. They still looking at situations through their glasses and through their own, you know, particular things that they've gone through and things like that. So just because she says that she feels, you know, that you should handle it a particular way, I don't necessarily think that makes it right just because
it was the therapist that said it. As far as apologizing, I think everybody should apologize. When you're wrong, apologize. You know, but with that same way that like in sports, you gotta be a good winner, not a sore loser. You can't be a sore loser, but you also can't be a sore winner. It's the same kind of thing in relationships. When you get your person to the point to where they are willing to apologize, you know, if your response to it, if you don't receive the apology well, you ain't gonna get too many more apologies. You know, if their apology turns into, I knew you was wrong, I told you, and it turns into that kind of thing, they're not gonna keep apologizing because you're not using like positive reinforcement with it. It turns into, I told you was wrong, and that kind of thing. And I think that that's what keeps people from, wanting to do the apology thing. And I know I'm over my 2 minutes.
Filibuster. Reclaiming my time. She's still alive, isn't she? Isn't that lady still alive? They said that reclaiming my time.
Oh, who?
Maxine Waters? I think it was Maxine Waters who said that, but we'll look at that later.
Oh, yeah. Shout out Maxine Waters, sister.
LT, do you want to leave it or medicate it? You agree with what she had to say? Leave it, disagree, medicate it.
Well, she said that
basically, generally, do women have a hard time apologizing and taking accountability?
It's a broad blanket statement.
Not everyone, but generally, that's what we're going with. Majority. When we come back to you, we go to priest.
I'm gonna go ahead. I guess I'll leave it.
Okay. All right. Here we go. He's gonna leave it.
Are you ready? Go.
I think everyone has a hard time taking accountability because if women have a hard time taking accountability, is that to say that men have a better time taking accountability? I think especially I don't know. I honestly couldn't like if I were to just weigh it up against every relationship or every other relationship that I've been in or my encounters with women across the board, that would be too numerous to count. And I don't think I could measure it that way. And plus I can't measure every interaction with every woman the same because every woman is not the same. Just like I would not want every woman to generalize if every man could not or be a rapist or not be a rapist or like I generalizations are tricky and dangerous. Now, because this woman is a therapist, I imagine she's speaking from the realm of women who are well, as she said it's typically coming from when a person is emotionally immature, that they do not know how to take accountability. Now, what I think this also comes from is the fact that she is a very nice looking female therapist lady, and there's a little bit of I disagree with her because I don't like that I'm being confronted with things about myself from someone that I probably envy a little bit on a few levels. You know what I'm saying? It's I imagine a male might feel the same way if it was a male therapist telling him that he was wrong. He might feel like, oh, well, I don't want to go back to therapy because I feel like he always taking your side and shit. So it could always be split down the side. She might be feeling this therapist might be feeling like this because the women that she deals with project that onto her. That might happen a lot for her. I don't know.
All right. Preezy, do you want to leave it or medicate it? Preezy?
I'll leave it. Sorry.
Okay. All right. Leave it? Okay. All right. Here we go.
Are you ready? Go.
I think I'll leave it. I don't know. I think a lot of people sometimes do not take accountability and never apologize, and a lot of these people are called narcissists. I have a friend that I know. She's never wrong. She is never wrong. Even when she's wrong, she's not wrong. But she has narcissistic behavior, So people like that, they really, that's some old therapy stuff that they need, and they need to keep it for the rest of their lives. I think a lot of people do not take accountability for their actions, and to each his own. We agree to disagree. So, but you really should take accountability. I mean, if you're wrong, if you're definitely wrong in something, you should admit that you're wrong and apologize. But you have people out there that don't feel that they're wrong. That's their opinion. And things don't work out when you don't take accountability for things that you have done wrong. It's not good. But what I may think is wrong, you may not. And that's always going to be a problem. I think it's for everybody. I can't speak for all women, but I do know somebody, that's for sure, that she is never wrong, no matter what. And she has a lot of problems with people too. So people, you don't want to be around somebody when everybody, okay, you did something wrong, so apologize. Well, I don't think I was wrong. So I tend not to be around people like that, but you should take accountability for something that you did is wrong. You know it's wrong. Take account. Everybody's mature. Everybody's an adult. So we all know right from wrong. So.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna leave it.
Are you ready? Go!
Generally, I'm gonna say generally. A lot of women, when they get in arguments, when it starts becoming an argument, not a discussion, it'll lead with emotion with a lot of women. And if they do apologize, it's going to come much later. Or if they do apologize or take accountability, it's not going to come with words that are relatable to the subject. They're going to apologize with things that aren't relevant to the issue, like food and sex, which is not really taking accountability and it's not really apologizing. So typically that's not an apology and that's not taking accountability. Second, with therapy, and like I said, therapy is a good thing. But where it can be bad is if you can't take accountability with something and you're telling the therapist something that's not the truth of what a situation that happened, therapist can't help you at all. It's a waste of time, which maybe why some of the women she was talking about end up leaving therapy after a while. And thirdly, when people do get in an argument and emotion does get involved, which I think women use more emotion when arguments do happen, not to say that men don't, but I think personally it happens with women more so than guys. But when you do use emotion in an argument, what ends up happening is it starts becoming a competition. It becomes who said the best thing and who won the argument instead of you trying to resolve the argument. And no one wins when it comes to that because now it's just going to be mudslinging at both of you. It's kind of like politics. No one really talks about the issue. They talk about defaming the other person, making them look bad. I think generally when emotion is involved, and I think it happens more with women than it does men, and when emotion is involved, I think more so women won't apologize out front and say, I'm sorry for such and such and such. And
I think they think we're stupid.
You apologize with the things I just said, food and sex.
And which is more, that's appeasing more than apologizing. I was like, y'all got like y'all are y'all AI? Y'all Skynet.
Y'all Spider-Verse.
Use my lantern ring. In brightest day, in blackest night, no evil shall escape.
Hey.
There you go. All right, thanks, LT, for that.
I use the willpower to bring you back.
Yeah, and which I'll go back to the emotion aspect. Guys are supposed to be I think generally more so logical when it comes to conversations. And when you do find a guy who does use more emotion in his arguments, that's more dangerous than a woman using emotion. Maybe we talked about the other week. When a guy doesn't have emotional control over himself, bad things can really happen more so than a woman doesn't have control over her emotions. People die when the guys don't have control of their emotions, which is why we can't express ourselves the same way as women, because it's dangerous. So men have to be more in control of their senses. We have to use more logic, because simply it's more dangerous for the rest of the world than it is for women. Hell have no fury like a woman scorn. Never believe that BS. Hell have no fury like a man scorn if he does not have control of his emotions. Women can do some damage, but men can start wars and destroy the earth. So guys typically have to be more in control of their emotions. They have to be more logical when it comes to conversations than women do. Not saying that women don't, but I think it typically happens more with women than it does with guys.
It's more advantageous for us to just apologize. I think women don't immediately want to apologize to us when they're wrong, because they're kind of taught that we're supposed to be stupider than them. You know, they're they develop emotionally and mentally a lot quicker than us. So when we're actually right about something, it kind of makes them go like, especially if we're right about something in terms of emotions. Especially if we can again, a man that's in tune and in touch with his emotions is also dangerous for a woman, and that's something you unlock as you go through therapy, because then you can also start to say, actually, you're hurting me right now. You're doing the thing that you're gaslight. Like, you can actually start to communicate effectively, instead of just calling her a bitch or saying that she's being a bitch. You can start to actually pinpoint the things that she is doing to hurt you and affect you in a negative way that is holding your relationship back. And no matter what, man or woman, when your partner who you didn't expect to have the mental or emotional capacity to do that starts to do that to you, and you're not ready to get there yet, you're gonna look for any reason to, what I'm saying? Well, fuck that. Fuck the therapist. What the fuck do they know? God damn it. They some I'll fight them. How about that? How about, can your therapist fight? You want to be
I've been to therapy before with as a couple, and like I said, it's great if the person tells the truth about themselves. It's horrible if they don't tell the truth about themselves, because then you both lose.
Wasting money and time.
Yeah. If the person doesn't believe if they don't even believe what they're saying, they're telling the therapist a lie. The therapist is going to have to be unbiased. Mm-hmm. And they're supposed to try to navigate down the middle and mediate between you two. Mm-hmm. But if she's lying about the situation, or if he's lying about the situation, no one can win. And therapy doesn't work for either one. So it's hard to go to therapy with couples who
it's like taking your car to the mechanic. That's like taking your car to the mechanic, knowing you got a problem with the engine, but you telling them it's the carburetor. Just look at my carburetor for me. But your engine is on fire. Just look at my damn carburetor. That's the problem. Sir, your engine got a hole in it. Fix my fucking carburetor.
Man, I think what people have to understand and to remember, especially if you really care and love for that person, no matter how angry I get, no matter how angry I get, I should not break myself, get to a point where I want to hurt my partner. If you really, really care for that person. Because, at the end of the day, your partner is supposed to be a reflection of you, and you're a reflection of your partner. So, you know what I'm saying?
Who you pick is also a reflection.
Yeah.
Too. That's a good thing
and
about
when
who
we
you
pick
pick is a
people we
reflection
don't
of
care
who you
about
are.
and we don't love, it's a lot easier to hurt them.
You say that again, too?
When we pick people that we don't truly care about, we don't truly love for meanings or for anything deeper than how they look or what they can do for us, we treat them like that. You know what I'm saying? We speak, and it's easier to hurt them. It's easier to do the little tit for tat shit. Well, I ate the last thing because you ate my last thing like 2 days ago. So
Because you with them for the wrong reasons.
Mm-hmm.
You looking for any reason to make them feel as miserable as you feel for being with them. By being with you, making you making your own relationship miserable just because you don't want to be with them.
Right. That's crazy. There's a lot of people that's in that predicament right now.
I don't want you to be with no one else. It took a lot of work to get you. It took a lot. I invested a lot getting you. I went ahead and sent money to your Cash App so that I could slide into your DM.
Crazy.
I remember it said that on your profile. I gotta hit your Cash App before I can hit your DM. So I did that. And now I got you here in my house. And all you doing is eating up my shit and running up my light bill. Wow. Telling me I ain't shit still. Wow.
You really care and love that person. Both of y'all should come to agreement, especially in the beginning stages of a relationship.
The aspect.
There's a borderline you just don't cross. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be a partnership.
Terms of engagement.
Yeah.
And now we're kind of just moving in the situationships of entanglement.
Yeah.
Again, it tells you a lot about yourself.
Yeah.
I fucking hate Jada Pinkett Smith. Oh my God. If it was socially acceptable for us, if we were truly equal as sexes on some this is gonna get cancel, right? We were truly equal as sexes, and it was socially acceptable for a man to punch a woman. Oh, I want to punch Jada Pinkett Smith. Oh my God. Oh, I want to punch. Oh my God, I want to punch Jada Pinkett Smith so bad.
That man crazy.
For Will, you know what I'm saying? Just for Will, man.
We said bad marriage for life.
Bad marriage for life.
Man. Just for Will. Him and Dwayne can be happy.
He said it out of his own mouth.
Him and Dwayne can finally be happy to get down. I don't know. That might be real.
All right, we're gonna run out of time there. We're gonna conclude that and go to the deepest thought. This is a Christmas rated deepest thought, so enjoy.
Christmas was a lot. Yeah, let's do it.
To see my sugar baby, I got you something nice. It's just your size. Come and put that thing up on me, sugar mama, need you now. Come by the house. I need that Christmas magic.
Why y'all grandmothers sound like that? You like to show grandmas a hoe?
Grandma needs love too. Grandma needs emphysema.
The calls at the
end. Don't worry, man. Grandma ain't got long left. You get the money at the end. All right, so we're gonna wrap it up there. That is Hostile Therapy for you on Thursday. This is the last show for the year. I didn't get to ask Sparky T what her New Year's resolution was for 2024. If she would like to share that, what would be your New Year's resolution for 2024? I don't know if she heard me or not. She's gathering herself. Oh. I don't know if she can hear me or not. No, I think she's ordering something. So she may not have a resolution for 2024. Oh, she's coming forward. Can you hear me, Sparky T?
Yeah, she coming to the screen.
Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, I can hear you now. What was you asking?
I was saying, we all gave our New Year's resolution for 2024. We want to see what yours was, if you had it.
Oh man. Let me see. Okay, so for 2024, I am going to make sure that I recommit myself to my Tai Chi. I'm gonna continue fasting and praying, so still no red meat, no pork, and I'm still gonna be on water only. And I am trying to put me first in 2024. Like I have lived my whole life, for other people. I had a kid. I was a teen mom. So you know what I'm saying? My whole adult life, I've been responsible for other people. I had my first son when I was 17. My kids are grown now. You know what I'm saying? I got grandkids, but I put them first. But at some point, I need to put me first. So I'm going to do some more self-care. I do some self-care, but I'm going to really be intentional about doing my self-care this year and taking care of me.
Yes.
All right. All my life, I had to fight.
That's smart.
It's a good New Year's resolution. All right. All right. Gonna wrap it up, guys. This has been Hostile Therapy 2023. Thank you, everybody, for coming to get some, not because you want it, but because you need it. We'll see you on the new year when Thursday is next week.
Yeah.
Everybody have
Gregorian New Year.
Happy New Year, buddy.
See you next year. Happy New Year.
Hey, yo, fuck the Roman Empire, free Palestine. God
Mm-hmm.